Jay Crawford, Adam the Bull, Garrett Bush, and so many big names, it would take me hours to say all of their names. The ultimate Cleveland sports show. Booyah!
Welcome to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. It is Friday.
Yeah.
The middle chair is blank because Mike Polka's going to sit there. We're going to play a really fun game later in the program. He's going to give us a quote, and he's going to ask us which Guardians/Indians player said the quote. So I'm guessing this is historical. It could go back as far as...
He still hasn't sent me any of the elements for it, and we're in the show, so I frankly have absolutely no idea what's
dangerous.
coming.
Polk's burning that candle on all three ends.
Yeah, what he doesn't realize is we have to restart our computers down here to export anything, so we actually may not have graphics.
So the graphics for that won't exist. That's okay. We'll make it work.
Give it a, yeah.
We'll make it work. That's what we do.
I asked for it for 8 p.m. last night. It is now 11:01.
In defense of Mike, he's busy, man.
I understand.
He's very busy. He's trying to squeeze out what he can. Brad, tall man in Bull's chair.
Yes.
That's a different look for that
seat.
seat.
Me and my man here.
Yeah, did you coordinate that?
No, we didn't. That is the funniest thing.
Next week th're going to have I'm with him, and they're pointing with the arrows.
No. We're for the same place. It's ingrained in us.
Man, let me introduce you to my son.
What was that?
He walked in and I just started smiling like, yeah.
It's Spider-Man meme.
Some things just, you don't have to say anything. You just know.
You got on Jordan.
It was like when me and G came in the first episode. We both had Jordans, so we didn't have to say anything.
Tyler Sellers in the building.
It is pretty funny,
I'm working on my jump shot.
That is, for my money, that's the freshest Ohio State logo that is going.
Yeah, I like
it. And nothing against the white on black, but the scarlet on gray is fire.
I appreciate that.
That's infringement.
You got to be different.
That's infringement. Y'all better put that state on there. That says Ohio.
Yeah.
We have that trademark.
No.
Y'all can't just have
They have the.
Are you doing that?
You can have Ohio.
We can't put the.
You going to homecoming? Steve is.
Hey, listen, I told him I gave him $20. Put something down on for me.
Maybe you can, G. Bush. Why don't you start a T-shirt that says The Ohio University?
See, nah, bro.
No.
They're going to steal you.
No.
Y'all lucky it don't say you. I'll let y'all get that off.
Steal.
How you going to steal? You better make sure you pay some to the Ohio State University.
It's the leading institution around here.
Just saying.
Right? That's our little cousin over there.
What's Bowling Green? Your adopted step-cousin. Did you just say
a distant relative?
You know, white people don't have cousins like that. They like white people. Like really, this is facts. Like if you grow up, they'd be like, yeah. I live in Omaha, Nebraska. I have a brother. He lives down in South Carolina, but I haven't seen him in 5 years. Cousins what? No, don't cousins. Cousins, we be like, that's your brother. Cousins will go in your house and open your refrigerator. Yeah, like what you got in here, cuz?
Jay, I have to say this, though. I will tell you that I say that about BG because BG actually beat Ohio State in a basketball game. When I think the year I was sitting out. They came down there.
Y'all let them do
they
that?
got them.
I got to tell you.
He said like they got them.
They got them. I wasn't there. I was sitting out. I was like, they got them.
It wasn't us.
Never been
they
good
got
basketball.
them.
Nah.
And Nate Thurman was there before that.
They got them that day.
Nate's team.
Colin Irish, they got them that day.
That's the thing about basketball, man. It just takes one person to get hot. And speaking of basketball,
oh my God,
man, did y'all see the internet is buzzing?
Now wait, before we show this,
we're gonna talk about some hood rules here, hood principles.
It takes about 20 seconds to get to, but this is the setup.
Set it up, Jay.
There was an initial report
I haven't seen
that
this.
Draymond Green and Jordan Poole got into an altercation, and Draymond, quote, struck Jordan Poole.
This ain't no altercation.
Oh, he struck him.
Watch the next 10 seconds.
This ain't no altercation. This a misunderstanding
G.
right
Bush
here.
hasn't seen this yet, so I want his instant reaction.
Watch the D's.
Now we give you a slow-mo close-up here in a second.
Oh, my goodness. The knees tell it
This
all,
is the definition
boy.
of getting slumped.
The knees tell everything. Ooh, that's how Mike Tyson used to do.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Listen. Somebody getting traded. I'm gonna just say that right
Jay,
now.
Well, probably it's gonna be Draymond Green.
Nah, they ain't getting rid of Draymond.
We're going to hear G first because there's some principles here.
Listen,
They're principally hood principles.
Listen, you're going to walk up on me. First and foremost, we around people. You're going to walk up on me and be like, what's up? Now, you pull up on me and then you punch me. The principle is, I'm like my mom would have told me, hey, you're going to go to school, you're going to find that boy, and you're going to fight him every single day until you win. I don't care if he said bury the hatchet, nothing. You gotta die. Like
Wait, that's Mama G. Bush's rule?
That's what your mama said. You wanna know what my mama said?
What's that?
My mama said, listen, this is what you do. You lost? Here, take this pole up there, take this bat, and go find him. I'll see you when you come back.
We don't do no, first of all, that's your teammate, right? We might tussle around.
Right.
Like, we might tussle and push and stuff. I done done that plenty of times. But when you throw hands and you hit somebody, that means ain't really no coming back from that.
So first of all, we're not promoting no violence here, but I would just tell you, there's some things here. Draymond Green is so wrong in this thing. I mean, he wrong, right? So he wrong from every angle you look at it. And to your point, Shannon Sharp, I just listened to Shannon Sharp talk about it. Shannon Sharp said, listen, I'm fighting Draymond Green every day here until it's over.
Got
to the end.
Now,
because I'm getting back to the principles. The principles are, I don't care. First of all, you're a teammate, so I'm not slugging out with a team. I've seen teammates fight.
Yeah.
But the way he did that was wicked and despicable.
What was he supposed to do when he was shoved? Because at that point, all decorum goes out the window and it's fight or flight.
We've been waiting on this moment.
We shouldn't even got to the shoving. I'm being joking and sarcastic about it. There's certain, we call them hood principles. First of all, when Draymond Green starts walking toward me, first of all, he's walking to you for no good reason.
Well, we don't know what was said.
It don't matter.
It ain't the talk.
Don't matter.
It ain't the talk.
Wait a minute.
The talking is over with at this point.
There are no words that can make you do that?
Once you see him, I don't care what was exchanged. Once you see him walk in your direction, it's for no good things coming your way.
At that point, yeah.
All I know is somebody was about that life and somebody was not. If somebody walk up on you like that,
listen,
it's on the floor.
Here's my problem.
No talking left.
Here's my problem with it. See, Draymond Green is a fake tough guy.
Yeah. I was just about to go there.
He's a fake tough guy. You know who?
No, that looked pretty real.
No.
You know who you can walk up on.
That's a fact. That's a fact. You do know who you can walk up on and who you can't.
You're not gonna try certain dudes.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I ain't never seen. Watch this. I ain't never seen him run up on Andre Iguodala. I ain't never seen him run up.
He ain't gonna run up on Udonis Haslem.
No.
Udonis, because while he walking up, Udonis already swinging. It's too late.
You're not gonna run up on Charles Oakley. You're not gonna do it
today. Charles Oakley's still bad. Like, think about it.
You're not gonna run on Xavier McDaniel. You're not gonna do it.
Charles Barkley fought Shaq and knew he was gonna lose, but still did it. He said, "Oh no! It's the principle. I got to get you
for sure."
Because now people gonna try. See, he don't even understand. Now people gonna try this man.
Hold on.
This man can
Jay. This is a meme now.
Yeah.
It is.
This is like crying Jordan now.
Right. For real.
They should have.
Every time he playing on the court,
I don't know how TMZ got this.
Other teams is like, "Oh, you soft. You got knocked out."
You remember when Rugnet Odor dropped Joey Bats? That's probably out there. We can tag board that too.
I can't believe he let this happen.
Jose Batista was famous for the bat flip, and a lot of guys in baseball didn't necessarily like Jose Batista.
Yeah.
And when Rugnet got the shot, he took it, and he took it for all of baseball. Like, that was widely applauded across baseball because everybody wanted to do that, but he finally did it. And to your point of it being a meme, like, there's another one that comes to mind is when Robin Ventura had made the bad life decision to charge the mound on Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan's a tough cattle rancher with old man strength. Robin Ventura went out there and
he never came back.
For years, if you would have gone like this to somebody, you knew that was the Nolan Ryan Robin Ventura. There's the punch.
Oh,
That was heard round baseball.
Hey, Anthony, do me a favor.
Glasses flying, helmet off.
Pull up the
That's a
Charles
good one, right?
Oakley
Right
at
in the
Madison
jaw.
Square
That's
Garden.
game footage. We can't actually show.
Well, this is game footage too,
It's
but
a GIF though. It's not a video.
Oh, okay.
If I can find a GIF of it, I'll do it.
These rules are so stupid. I hate them.
Because here's the problem. Here's the problem with Golden State, right? We're not going to spend all day on the state. Here's the problem. I don't know how you bring those two back.
Yeah,
That's
one of
what
them's gotta go.
I'm trying to figure out.
And it's probably not going to be Draymond Green.
Right. And I'll sprinkle extra things here, right? First of all, Jordan Poole comes from a lesser position and has a great year last year, right?
Right.
And so he's due for a payday.
And that's why he
They're
acting like
making
that.
Draymond wait out his money, right? So there's some animosity here. Then sprinkle on this. He went to Michigan. The other
Yeah.
one went to
Michigan
Michigan
State.
Yeah, that's not lost in
Oh, no, this is not lost in this.
Yeah.
I don't like you. I really don't like you. I play with you, but I really don't like you.
see,
Because the way he fired on him, I ain't
believe he
seen
did
many
that.
people get fired on like
And
that.
remember the little brother comment
It was
made
over
years
with.
ago by Michigan when they were getting ready to play Michigan State. Well, they're our little brother.
Yeah.
I don't.
They're not our rival.
Right.
Ohio State's our rival. They're our little brother.
I don't take random threats or acts of violence against people. I don't like that. Actually, to be truthful, but I'm not gonna be a victim. Like, you're not gonna victim me and hit me, and I'm gonna also let it ride.
First of all,
As a
That's
man,
what
you
I'm
gotta
saying.
go.
Tyrus, you cannot let anybody invade your airspace.
That's
You
what I
cannot.
said. Like, when he walked up, you should have already been ready.
I know that when I see you're walking towards me.
You gotta
wait,
be.
wait,
You should be
hold
on high alert right there.
What should have he done?
Who?
Poole.
Fired on him.
Fire. Yeah. I'm about to- yeah.
Instead of shoving him.
Yep.
Yeah.
As soon as
Fired
he
on
came
him,
through.
soon as
Yeah.
Come up on
If he
him.
was
Soon as he
walking
in
slow,
striking
wow.
distance, because it's already on the
Here,
floor.
Tyrus,
Like, it's already
here,
up.
If you live where we live, you know the rules.
Listen.
You already know the rules.
All right, we got to go. We
don't-
spent too much time on this.
I
but
don't even hang around them like this that close.
That's why there's a chair between
why
you
it's a chair
guys.
between
And you from Canton, we watching you sideways.
We thought you'd enjoy that. I didn't know if you'd seen it yet this morning, but it's certainly out there. A couple of things before we dive into our Browns talk. Guardians updates beginning at noon.
Yes.
First pitch, 12:07. Lineups are
Nice
in.
crowd had it that way.
Very good crowd.
Post-game.
Coming in this morning, you could feel that buzz downtown. You could feel it around Progressive. Everything is set for the 3-game wild card series. I hate to say this, but I will, because oftentimes when this is the case in sports, we talk about it a lot on this show. Whenever everything looks like you know what's going to happen, the opposite happens,
Right.
and that might benefit the Browns on Sunday. But the Guardians have every advantage on paper going into this series. Better batting average, better record. All the games are at home, better pitching staff. Sometimes crazy things happen in sports. You got to play the games on field, not on paper.
That's right.
So they've got to somehow find a way to win these 2 games, which they should win, and then move on. DeQuell Jackson is on the program. Pre-written headlines. McNugget sent a text out last night, I believe, and today, saying these are the best of the year so far. Everybody has upped their game when it comes to writing these headlines
Pressure.
before the game. Mike Polk, I mentioned what he's going to do. Also, I can't wait to see your interview with Mike Fratello. I've always enjoyed Mike, both as a coach, as a commentator, and now as an observer of the game. Very curious to hear what he has to say about this team and its makeup.
And shout out to Brad for getting these interviews. Bro.
Yeah, I
That's
know.
2 in a row.
Boy, connected,
now
ain't
this
he?
one,
He's
that's
like
what-
morally safer.
I respect you, OG. You up there getting,
I drafted, bro. I was drafted, bro. Like,
Yeah, man.
need to hang. I'm like, okay.
He like
I need all
around
that,
there.
but
He
the
gonna
shit
get the
don't
information.
Like, let's get it out here.
He gonna go get the info.
Yeah, our friends, they call them friends of the program.
Oh, we talked to Brad. All right, we're starting today's show with a final look at this Chargers-Browns matchup. We want the final storylines, things that you guys think are going to decide this football game. And I want to start with Myles Garrett. Do we have the tag board from Myles yesterday at practice?
Yep.
The big news yesterday was, for the first time since the car accident, he was back out on the field. And if you have any questions about whether or not he looks ready to go, I don't see any problems with him there.
They look good. I wonder if he's getting a shot in his shoulder.
There you go.
I don't know. We don't know how severe it was.
I had to.
But look, he didn't hold back hitting these bags. Now, he didn't use his right arm to hit the second bag, which is what I noticed.
That right arm.
So
Yep.
watch the video one more time. I don't know if he hit it on the first couple. See, we only he didn't hit it on that
his
last
His right
one.
arm's kind of chicken winged out a little bit.
Yeah.
Watch him again. We're gonna let it play one more time. Watch
Yeah,
his right
just-
arm on that first one specifically.
Yeah, it happened so quickly. Boom. I mean, the dummy did fall. So, I mean, he couldn't have tapped it.
I mean,
we're going to have to wait until Sunday.
I mean, he's not 100%. He's not going to.
I'll take a 90%. I'll take an 80% Myles Garrett.
After seeing that game last week, he has to. I think
he's got to go.
I mean, it's a couple of reasons. One, he's seen how the D-line looked and how bad it looked. And two, he kind of owes this team because of the decisions that he made. So this is his way of paying back.
Do they look at it like that in the clubhouse, do you think, in the locker room?
You got to. I mean, you got to think about it. Before this season started, we came out and said we have to be the strength of this team because of the situation that we're in at quarterback. Yeah. And you go make a decision like that, you handicapped us. So it's like, I mean, we happy that you're okay. It was a terrible event, but like, we need you, bro. Like, last week clearly showed that we need you out here. We can't really do this without you. Right. So I think it's his way of saying, listen, I know I messed up. I know I'm not 100%, but I go out there because y'all my brothers and I owe y'all that at least.
As a defensive lineman, he's ain't nothing wrong with his legs. His legs
not at all.
Fine. But here's the problem. Everything you do in defensive alignment is punching.
Yeah,
your arms.
It's punching.
Yes, it is.
It's extending. It's getting people off you. It's moving with your hands, right? It's setting people up, coming up underneath. I ain't see none of that. I ain't see no rips. I ain't see none of that. This arm was down here like this because, I'm protecting that punch. Mm-hmm. You can punch and that thing lock up on you. Plus, he got the bicep on the same side. Mm-hmm. So it's like, to me, if you can't use your hands, that's the worst thing possible because you can't get off blocks. You can't extend and punch. You can't change the line of scrimmage. So he may play and he may be out there as 50, 60%. But if he can't use his hands, that ain't gonna work.
Not at all.
They're gonna need them. They're gonna need all of them, whatever they can get. There was another question that was rolling around early this week about, and Aditi brought it up on the program. She said, I haven't heard any talk about any punishment, any internal punishment in terms of suspension. Should he even play for Myles Garrett?
Suspended what?
Conduct that hurt the team.
He driving home. That's it.
Recklessly.
The players association.
He off the clock. He going home.
A lot of things can happen off the clock though, where teams can punish the players.
What he was doing is not criminal.
Yeah. And I'm not advocating that the Browns should suspend him or should fine him.
But here you can't.
I think what happened in the situation was kind of punishment.
This is not a totalitarian state. Excuse me. First of all, he on his way home, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's it. His penalty was going faster than he should be in a microstorm area on a street with a car that's souped up. I mean, that could have happened to anybody. It could have happened to anybody.
I'll say this. Let me give you an example. Just use me, right? If I'm driving home, right, and I'm driving home from here, and I'm going faster than I'm supposed to be, it's a little slick. I have an accident or whatever. I get done, you know what I'm saying? After I get healed up or whatever, I'm out a couple shows. Steve called me and said, hey, man, I know you got in an accident, but we're going to have to sit you down for about a month. And you're going to say, a month for what?
That's exactly what you're going to say.
For what? I wasn't drinking. Yeah. I ain't had no marijuana. I ain't had no drugs in the car. Yeah. Like, they would be like, well, no, you was just going a little too much fast for our liking. People would be like, come on, bro, you can't.
The difference with that is the Players Association be on their butts, right?
Yeah.
Right. I left the building. I'm done.
The irony of it is that when you punish someone, it's usually twofold.
The punishment.
One, you want them to feel the pain for their actions that hurt the team.
Yeah.
But secondly, you want to try to thwart future bad behavior. And one of the things we talked about was, and we don't know, this is all speculation. Right. He had 7 speeding tickets going back 3 years, 4 years, whatever it was. This is who he is. This is habitual. Once, okay, that's an accident once. Twice is a pattern. 3 times is a problem. 7 times, there are alarm bells going off everywhere. The only reason I bring that up is sometimes as a parent, when you punish your child, you don't do it for the satisfaction of getting over on them.
Yeah.
You do it for the purpose of sending the message to them that you love them.
Yes.
And that this behavior is not tolerable. And he's a grown man. He doesn't need to be told that
That's
his
the
actions can kill him. Yeah, but it's the difference. But that message hasn't been received
Well, the
yet.
Browns, the Browns aren't his parents. They're not his parents.
What do you
right?
think?
No, but oddly enough, I had a GM tell me once, I've got 53 kids. He wasn't married and he didn't have kids. He said,
wait a minute.
I have 53 kids.
Do y'all think, I mean, with the way that this situation went down, where your life was almost, you don't think
That's
that,
the lesson.
That's what I'm saying. You don't think that, like,
That's the lesson.
Hope.
I would think, like, I
And
would
even
think.
if it's not a punishment, Aditi said, look, there should be something. There should be an internal conversation within the organization in
that's
which
fine.
someone.
I get the
I don't
conversation.
want to make it sound like an intervention, but something where the coach and the GM, maybe maybe the owner, people get together with them and say,
Why can't it be his
is
mother? Why
serious.
can't it be his mother and father having that?
I hope it
conversation?
is. No, I hope it is. There's no
I'm sure
reason
they
it can't
did.
be.
I said, first of all, we're not going down. I don't think anybody here is advocating going down a road where anybody's policing everybody. That's not what's happening here. Because there's nobody on this panel that know anybody out here in these streets that's driving fast. Right. That's not like a
Well, there's a
a
difference
normal,
between driving fast, though,
You know
and
some-
driving recklessly.
Jay,
I drive fast.
There's some people out here, Jay, that you know when they get behind the wheel, they hitting it.
Oh,
They-
for
they
sure.
hitting it.
I know for a fact.
You ever seen Myles Garrett come out of the Browns parking lot in Berea?
No. I seen Jordan come out of the
Did
Bulls.
you have?
If you're ever over there at the time they're leaving, you hear it and you see it.
I think one of the punishments is, but it's a fair question because I think that there has to be. We got to sit down here because because now your business is exposed.
Sure.
I'm sure they didn't know that he had all these tickets lined up like
Yeah.
that, right? So now we do.
I wonder. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Well, no, there'd be
Teams
no
have
way.
investigative arms.
Nah, they ain't that.
I mean, some of those tickets were public, so they
Listen.
knew about some of them.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say.
That's what I'm gonna say.
I know.
It's hard to
for-
hide that stuff.
I know 100% for sure that his family, because I've spoken to them, has talked to him years about
Driving
fast.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Years.
Yeah.
So that message,
So
at least up until now,
has not been.
at least was delivered.
Wait a minute. This like anything else in life, though. You can sit there and talk to somebody till you
Right.
blue in the face.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're going to do what they're going to
gonna
do.
do it.
And it's one of
I
those
hope
things.
this is a life-changing
No, it's one of
event.
the things that you got to learn for yourself.
The hard way.
Now when
The hard way,
now
yeah.
when I walk into the Porsche dealership, they say, for $400K, you can get this 800 horsepower piece. It's only 2 in the country. And he said, I'll be the one.
No,
You're a major car dealer, and you have been your whole life.
Yes.
That's why he's like, he ain't done nothing wrong. He's out here driving.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, you're right. I want to know how many tickets
He ain't talking for
Look, he
Myles.
knows.
He talking for himself.
I know, he knows.
went in the Porsche dealership.
What did he do wrong?
Hey, you
He's
talk-
up here driving.
Talk about a whole. This man is over a whole county.
Brad, we love you,
He
man.
did some
They done got you with that one. It's only
But I
2
will,
in the country.
but I will say this. I'll just
I've never seen a brother turn a shade of red. But look,
Look,
Brad's turning red.
Thomas, that's a nice piece.
It's
right
only-
there.
it's only
It could
two
be-
of them.
Fastest car you've ever
It could
owned.
be yours.
What's the fastest car you
Slant
ever owned?
nose Porsche.
He is terrible.
Slant nose. Look.
And you top line
Look.
that at some point.
Slant nose.
Look, he got the name for a reason. Huh?
And there's one.
I knew I was done. This is when I knew I was done. My oldest daughter, 26 now, right?
terrible.
She was born. My ex-wife said, you got to pick her up. So I'm in the Porsche. I put the baby seat in the back of the Porsche.
Bro, that's bad.
She was strapped in.
No van. No van.
Next up, minivan.
Look, he got to get rid of it. He got to get rid of it, man.
I looked back, I was like, something wrong with this.
He looked back and he said priorities. Priorities just popped in this man's head.
Now let me ask you this: you consciously drove safe
Yeah.
when she was in there, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
No, you,
Yeah.
you
then-
definitely
It's one thing to do it with no cargo.
When you
But
ain't-
got
when you by
another beating
yourself-
heart in that car and you're doing that.
It wasn't fun anymore because you couldn't go fast.
Yeah.
You had to be
Yeah.
careful. And I was like, this is not going to work.
Yeah, and it's no good to own a jet if you're not going to fly.
It's not going to work.
Jay,
Might as well sell it.
there's one reason why the Browns will never, they're not going to say nothing to him or do anything, because the reality of this situation, you already got Deshaun Watson exiled, right? So now you got Myles Garrett. Now they want to suspend him or give him discipline.
I don't think a suspension.
He definitely.
No.
Is it what shoulder Chubb said? Because he got that pad on. He got the shot for sure.
You see it.
I had an AC joint. I used to get the shot before every game. I know what it looked like.
Wow.
The injury was to his right arm, wasn't it?
Was it?
I'm pretty sure it was.
don't know
McNuggets, if we can
gotta
verify that, I thought it was his right shoulder and bicep.
I thought it was right bicep.
I mean, that's what they're working on there. I guess
So he just wears a pad on his left shoulder.
I don't know. But they were working on his right shoulder. The video at the scene, the attention that they were giving him was to his right arm.
We're pulling that back up. Also, Jadeveon Clowney returned to practice today.
I tell you the other thing.
Okay, now wait a minute. They are looking at the left one too.
Should have been looking at his whole body. The whole thing. He flipped the doggone. I mean, he was upside down.
No, they are. You're right. That is the left arm. They're paying more attention to.
Ooh, he dazed. Look at him.
It's both. I mean, I'm looking at.
Well, the question.
Wait, he injured both shoulders?
Did we even answer? The question is, what was the question? Do they need him for the Chargers? Is that the question?
The question is, will he play? Then the question was, should he play? Let's do
real
this.
Quick, it was his left shoulder and his right bicep.
Okay, I'm about to say. I done got the
shoulder,
shot.
right
I know
G.
what
Bush
it
is
like.
shaking his head. You don't like that it's both arms.
Man, he not punching on nobody. Like he would have to get off.
He would literally be a decoy.
That's hand-to-hand combat up there. Every day, every down when you play on the defensive line, you touching somebody. If you're a cornerback and you got a hurt shoulder, I could still run and play man-to-man coverage.
I'm playing off.
And you can play,
I'm not pressing him.
And you can always use the opposite hand. Like, you just want to be in the vicinity. But when you're a linebacker, your shoulder hurt, or you're a D lineman, that's every
And it's both arms?
Both arms, that's every single play.
I'm going to tell you what. This is how we going to find out. They're going to take him. He going to go through these practices, see if he can get through it. Sunday before the game, they're going to put him through that workout. And if he ain't got if he can't show no push, you can't go out there.
Let's do confidence meter for the Browns on the win. We'll go 1 to 100. 100, you're certain they're going to win. 1, you're certain they're going to lose. Or 0, I guess.
I like these confidence
meters. Let's go confidence meter with Myles Garrett in the lineup, and then confidence meter with Myles Garrett in street clothes.
Like hurt.
Whatever he is, right. Myles Garrett with a helmet on, or Myles Garrett in street clothes.
70-72 with Myles Garrett. 49-51 probably the other way, right?
Okay.
No, 49-51 Brown. I'm an avid Browns believer.
So without Myles Garrett, you think that they're going to be very close?
I think that bringing LA cross country and playing here, there's some redemption. There's something about this team that has some redemptive qualities.
Yeah.
They just don't have enough margin for error. That's the problem.
Now,
The margin for error is too small for me.
So you're 70% sure they're going to win if he plays. You're 49% sure they're going to win.
No, 51% sure. I think they're going to beat San Diego.
Wow.
San Diego, LA.
Yeah, you're 50. I know. I'm the same way, bro. Your confidence meter with him and without him.
Is Jadeveon playing?
No. He's got a high ankle.
He did just practice.
He practiced.
I know he did, but with the high ankle, you know what that is.
So in this scenario,
I can't have 4 different confidence meters.
So
one with both out, one with both in, one with one.
But in this particular scenario, Jadeveon's not playing.
He's not.
I think Myles Garrett is either in or out. What's my confidence?
Yes.
They ain't gonna run the ball. Well, they're gonna try to run the ball because they put that on tape. So if Myles isn't playing, they're going to run the ball more than they want to, I think, because of last game. Myles is on the sideline, though.
Is there a number here?
Okay, Myles.
So we got to Quell, and he needs to get on it something.
Okay.
So
Is there a number here?
85% if Myles plays, 62% if Myles don't play.
Damn, you guys are crazy.
Man, if Myles Garrett plays, I give him about a 45% chance of winning. If he's not playing, it's down to 20.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm right about the same way.
Ooh.
If he plays, I'm giving him a 40% chance. If he doesn't play, I'm giving him a 25% chance. DeQuell Jackson, what's your confidence meter? Browns win. If they have Myles Garrett, what is it? And if they don't, what is it?
Yeah, if Myles Garrett, what's up? First of all, what's up, fellas? How you guys
Great
doing?
to see you. Great to see you.
Look, fresh shaved head. Love to see it.
Yeah, it is. It is. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Looking clean.
With Myles Garrett playing, I'm probably at like 60% chance they will win this game. I have the LA Chargers winning this game, and 40% if he doesn't play.
All right.
You know, it's just. Yeah, I just LA, the Chargers right now with all the injuries the Browns have on defense. You know, I went back and rewatched that game. Listen, they had Joker playing the Sam position at some point. You know, it was all over the place. And without having Jadeveon Clowney and Myles Garrett in that lineup to anchor those edges, you add another element of surprise and their inability to stop whatever the offense is throwing at them from a run game. And then you add that up with some of the inconsistency on the back end. And the Chargers with, you know, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Jared Everett. I mean, they got their hands full this week from a defensive standpoint.
How do you
the Chargers, they're firing on all cylinders offensively.
No, they without their left tackle though. So that's your weakness right there.
He's going against Rochelle. You know how I feel about girlfriend.
What you mean?
The girl?
His ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, man. It was just a crush.
Listen, the difference between
She didn't know you existed?
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on.
Right past me.
Let's get something clear right now. It will be different this week because Myles Garrett will be there. Okay, whether he plays or not, he will be there. So if the D-line start tripping, remember I went on the rant about how they didn't have no leadership. I'm praying to God that if he's standing there, he will not allow that to happen, even if he's not on the field. He at least will say something.
We really haven't seen that out of him, though. We haven't seen his fire and brimstone.
But you're asking a lot of him.
It's time.
Say it, DeQuell.
It's time.
Yeah, go ahead.
You're asking a lot of Myles Garrett. That I don't think that's his deal. I think when they lost AWalk, that was his deal of kind of being that outspoken leader in real time. And I saw that clip, Tyvus, of you going off, and I felt the same way. That 10-play drive where you don't pass the ball, you run the ball every single snap. It was just man on man, and it just was not the Cleveland way of playing defense, and it was embarrassing. And hopefully those guys don't want to go through that again. But anytime you give up a touchdown, just in that manner, that's demoralizing. And what it reminded me was, are we really that top heavy? Does Jadeveon Clowney being out and Myles Garrett really have that big of effect on our defense? And it does. Because the timing from the secondary, you know, now you're covering for 5, 6, 7 seconds. No defensive back wants to do that. Your shot clock is off because when those guys are healthy, you know the opposing quarterback only has a certain amount of time to get that ball off, or you know those guys are going to wreak havoc on the game. So it's so many different things happening right now from a defensive standpoint that I did not foresee happening. Even with these injuries, I thought they were a group that had played long enough together to be able to avoid some of these big mistakes that's happened in the last few weeks.
Well, I think this is the perfect scenario for the Browns for their defense in the situation that they're in. And I only say that because right now the strength of the team is the secondary, because those are the only 4 guys that don't have any injuries. So and coming into this year, that was like they were supposed to be. When you think of Genu and you think of Martin and you think of Denzel and these guys, like they're supposed to be that. And this is the one opportunity where it solely depends on them. Like that secondary, if they come play together and click on all cylinders, is Keenan Allen playing? Do anybody know?
We don't know definitively unless I missed it.
But
he
hasn't practiced.
When I looked
this
this morning,
week.
he's still
Yeah, he hasn't practiced. So that's one less guy. Like this is like if your guys are going to be hurt, like this will be the week where the secondary has to come to play. And now they're going to have to play man 70 snaps because zone is just not their thing. But I think it can be done. Did you? I found out why they struggle though, DeQuell. I listened to Joe Wood's press conference and he was saying that a lot of the times he goes out there, he gives them 2 calls. And what the problem is, Joe Woods is falling into the trap of trying to play the perfect call for the perfect formation.
Right.
So
when he makes 2 calls, it's up to the individual player to pick
all 11 of them has to be on the same page that this is the formation that we play into.
Talk to the danger of that.
You see?
Yeah, so I mean, you can only get away with that if you have a veteran play caller once, and then you have veterans around you and guys who communicate. Because Tybus knows this as well as anyone. When you have double calls, that means there's checks within those calls. And when you have a bunch of guys that aren't on the same page, and when you're playing at home on third down, the crowd is loud, you're trying to communicate, it just compounds the issue. So he's going to have to simplify things a lot, knowing that pass rush isn't there. And the only thing, to your point, Tybus, the only thing that scares me about this week and playing Justin Herbert, he's a full field quarterback. Like, he'll go through all of his progressions. And if you're not on the same page, he's going to find that open man.
That's why they're going to play man.
Listen, the only way to help this defense, you got to simplify things.
So, DeQuil, when does it go
You're
down?
have to.
When does it go down like this, DeQuil? When you are, I get what you're saying about the double calls, but at some point it becomes mano y mano. You're not gonna do me, right? When does it go to that? I know when it goes to that in basketball, right? You can give me all the tendencies and everything else. At the end of the day, I got you. You can't get there. You can't get to this hoop. Right. You would have thought it would have happened during that 10-play drive when they ran the ball down our throat. I was waiting on somebody to lose their mind on the field. Get everybody together on the sideline.
I'm telling you.
I saw it last night in the Denver game. Gilmore was like, the cornerback was like on Russell. He was like, it's not happening. Don't even throw my way. It's not happening. Right. So when does that occur in the football setting? When I don't care what's called,
you should be out the gate.
It's not happening today. Because I watched the guy off the practice squad come in and just do us, right? Basically, they just called him up like 48 hours, like from the bus station, the Greyhound bus station. Come on in here, dude.
He ran like a Greyhound bus.
It should be out the gate.
You would think it's happening every day, because I couldn't imagine being on that field when that happened. It was the lack of just intensity. I didn't see that juice. Regardless of the call, listen, the players make the call, and to your point, Brad, it becomes about, I'm going to win more of these one-on-ones than you are. It just boils down to that, and I don't think they have the leadership. I don't know who's that song leader right now that AWOL is out, because, game time. There's many instances where I remember just, hey, I had a talk with the guys. Like, hold on, coach. Let me get the guys for a second. It was me and the other guys who were just, we got to spark a fire under everyone, because this is not cutting it. How they're playing right now is not cutting it. I get the inexperience from the linebacker standpoint. They're having issues playing coverage, zone coverage, which is mind-blowing that an NFL team can't be better in this area, and it has a lot to do with the linebackers. The secondary, they have to make up for the mistakes of the linebackers, whether it's gap control, whether it's in coverage. And it's just a bunch of holes on this defense. And Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney, a pass rush, covered up a lot of these things. But listen, they need someone to rise to the top right now, because right now they need a leader.
Let me tell you this. See, I've heard everybody talk, and the thing I got a problem with is NFL is getting to the point where we done excused ourselves all the way out the game. First thing you hear is it's early. Second thing you hear is injuries. Second thing, we one play away. We just got to clean this up. If you take away these 2 turnovers in Mays, we would have blew them out. Bro, I'm tired of hearing that. Maybe you just not good. Maybe the Cleveland Browns is not as good as we think they are, because you brought up a great point. If you can't do nothing defensively because your defensive ends are out, you got a problem. Right. And it goes to roster construction. You've been trying to hide certain people forever. Your D tackles ain't up to snuff. So you think, because I got Myles Garrett and Clowney out here, I can hide Elliott and Taven Bryan.
I can go cheap.
Yeah. I ain't got to touch that. Oh, I got a Mark Cooper over here. I ain't got to. I can have rookies over here.
On the other end.
It's about depth.
And what happens is when those key guys go down, now you got the D-line looking terrible across the front. And it goes to now no one makes adjustments. The GM didn't make adjustments and figuring out we need these holes. And now you got a defensive coordinator that's given 2 plays to backup guys instead of saying, I'm confident in one thing. When you give me 2 or something, that means you ain't got one good something. go with the one good call and live and die with the mistakes. I just don't see it from Joe Woods. I don't see it from the way the roster is built. To me, when they go, I'm just saying, sometimes you don't play with people and you think physically they're good, but after you get the homework, DeQuell, you're like, man, I'm watching film. That dude been getting blocked all year. Maybe he ain't that good.
It's thrown everyone off. It's thrown Joe Woods off. I think he said it in his presser. When you are missing that type of production and that pressure on the quarterback, it changes the way you call the game, whether or not he wants to admit it or not. Now you have to think about, he's probably asking himself the same question. And they have to do a lot of self-scouting, right now more so than anything, because a lot of your production is out. Okay, what do my guys do well? When I make a call, can all 11 guys execute and be clean with it? And I don't see it happening right now. We can make excuses. It's early, injuries, what have you. But the offense has played well. Jacoby Brissett has played better than expected. He's doing his part. It's mind-blowing that we're talking so much about the defense when we thought coming into the season they would be the stronghold of this team, regardless of injury, because we assumed we had the depth, especially on the back end.
DeQuell, is it fixable? And if so, how?
Is it fixable? Absolutely. I think you got to call a really simplistic game plan. Yep. If all 11 guys are on the same accord, understand their job or responsibility every single snap, it's not going to be pretty, but at least you're competitive and you're not giving up easy plays. Just like, I made the comment about Jacoby Brissett making his layup throws. Well, it's the same could be said about defense. If you know your guys can execute certain calls, stick with that, and then you kind of grow with it. But you would think that was something that was figured out in the spring, in training camp. So when you get to the regular season, it should be like a light switch. You turn it on, you know exactly what your guys are capable of. But, I don't know.
It's funny you said that, though, because, DeQuell, we've talked about it on the program a couple of times. Herb Street brought it up last night in what was one of the worst NFL games I have ever witnessed.
Yes.
Ever. I literally, as I'm watching these teams try to operate last night, I thought I've seen better preseason games in which the starters didn't even play. It was all field goals. It went to overtime. Nobody wanted to win the damn game. 7 field goals. And Herb Street mentioned it's almost like September has been preseason. Yeah. Because scoring is down. You got, and I know that they're both, not so much Russell, but Matt Ryan is older. But these guys have done it. They've played in Super Bowls. They've played in Pro Bowls. They've been great. And I'm watching these guys last night, and they look like Baker Mayfield. And so
it looked awful.
I don't know where we are in the NFL, but Herb Street said it too. It looks like we're still in the preseason, and everybody's trying to figure it out.
Which is why the Browns got a chance to win on Sunday, right there.
They're in first place. All the complaining we've done about the Browns, they're in first place.
Well, let me ask you a question. What about this? To me, the D-line up front, the middle interior of the D-line is severely challenged. Mm-hmm. What can we do about that?
Man, I wish I had a crystal ball laying around here somewhere.
Man.
What about signing Ndamukong Suh? He's out there.
I mean, you have to kick the tires on it at this point. Who else is going to give you that production? Because we're witnessing everything at real time that you're so top heavy and so dependent on Myles Garrett and these guys that generate pass rush. That's all you have. So, listen, I don't know. I wish I had an answer. I don't know. I think you definitely have to look into free agency, look who can come in, who's a veteran guy who can, at least get pressure and make the guys behind him, the linebackers, much better, because that's how it goes, right? If your D-line is struggling, you assume your linebackers can pick up the slack and make those guys right. But right now it's been a hodgepodge of just mistakes and mental errors and guys running all over the place.
You get manhandled. You get manhandled on the line. Manhandled.
Yeah, I went back and looked at the linebackers. Obviously, I'm biased. I just wanted to see for myself, watching that all 22, what the heck are we doing? And listen, I hate to keep piling on, but the guys are just fundamentally, Joker, for instance, I spoke so much about him coming into this season. I didn't think he should be a guy that ever left the field defensively. He's playing with pure just raw athleticism. He's not. He's playing with bad eyes. He's not he's not reading run pass. He's using his physical. He's doing what he did in college and the professional level. But you can't do that.
Can't do it.
You know, one false step, you're out of the play. And you can't do it. Fundamentally, he's all over the place. And you know,
I'm gonna throw you a curveball. I'm gonna throw you a curveball on the offensive side. Makes sense to bring Beckham back here.
Oof. Beckham, you know what? I think he would probably want to come back. Given that Deshaun Watson would come back at some point, knowing that, you know, this offense, listen, the guy is a ball player. He wants to play. And regardless of what helmet he's wearing, he wants to get out there and show that he's still marketable. He still can play, even with all the injuries in the past. And listen, if I'm a GM, I'm reaching out to anyone that's explosive that can help this football team win.
Let me tell
whether or not.
Because the Rams, to your point, the Rams did that last year.
Yeah.
They went and got Von Miller. They went and got another pass rush, upgraded that, go give me Odell Beckham Jr., and they end up winning. You need to bolster this in some way, shape, or form.
But you got to have people that are not risk adverse. The winning team.
He's risk adverse, and here's why. You bring him in, you don't know, he's likely going to be ready around the time we get Deshaun Watson back. If you were to sign him before that, what happens if he comes back this team and we're 4-7?
Well,
that's a big risk.
There's no science to it, but I know that on winning teams, the general managers survey, the good general managers survey the crowd, right? And they survey their team and say, here, and they're honest with themselves. I'm lacking. This is my first round draft choice, but he's still not getting it done. I need another person. And you go fill the gaps. Now, we're not talking about for 10 years, but we're filling for a year. You weaken wide receiver, you weaken the line, your linebackers are right? So there's got to be some give here if you're gonna salvage the season.
Brad, I literally said before the season started that the defensive tackle, us not having defensive tackles is a big mistake. And I always reference back to San Francisco. They literally run the same scheme that we run it. Why is it that their defense is better than ours? Well, they got an all-pro linebacker and they got good defensive tackles. We don't, and that's clearly the biggest difference. It's not the scheme, it's the Johns and the Joes.
Well, what you gonna do about the Johns?
They gonna have to get it fixed.
Well,
they're gonna have to get it fixed.
Yeah, the problem is
we're waiting to see who can step up.
You run out of time, and you're a quarter of the way done here.
Yeah, and these guys don't fall out of the sky. The fact that we're a quarter of the way done, this was wild. They showed this stat last night too. It's stunning. 30 of the 32 teams are within a play of being 2-2. 15 of the 32 are 2-2. 8 are 3-1. 7 are 1-3. You've got one undefeated and one team that hasn't won yet.
It could turn.
It could turn. I have never seen parity and mediocrity like we have in the league right now. Because even if you look at the team that is undefeated in Philadelphia, they've had a couple of close calls.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody could easily be 2-2.
Jay, think about this. Coming into the season, what we say was the best division, AFC West, and they Raiders just got their first win, and everybody else over there is kind of Denver's not good.
The Raiders got their first win, and we thought with the addition of an all-world wide receiver that they suddenly would be like the other teams in the West. They were going to throw the ball all over the place. They finally got their first win on the legs of a running back. That's how they won Sunday.
I will say this, in my prior life, right? You know, you watching, you know, I took my Series 7 when I passed. People thought you was a day trader. You know, I ain't no day trader. I don't know nothing about that. But they always told me, I work with a lot of smart investors. They survey the area, they survey the landscape. And when you got mediocrity like this, the great ones will find an area to invest in. The great ones will find and say, oh, I got a little extra capital. Let me throw that on this, because now you got an opportunity to make it roll. Everybody is even. Everybody got the same record. Everybody is about 2-3 games. The smart teams is going to recognize and see opportunity in this. Not to say, well, we 2-2. What can I do to be 3-2? What can I do to put these dudes away? Because we close now. Everybody, even the teams you thought was good, ain't good, right?
Yeah.
Take advantage of that. Seek and go get some people out there. Because I'm going to tell you what, I watched all 22 like DeQuell. I watched Alex Wright. His awareness is so low that some plays they don't even block him. They didn't block him 3 times against Atlanta, and he would be in the backfield. and the running back will just sidestep him, or he'll run past the play, or he didn't even know where he was at. And I said, oh, this poor fella, not reading no keys. This poor fella, you have no way. One time he got caved down. He got knocked into the rest of the D-line. They had the bowling ball pins. They fell over. And then they just walking out. I said, bro, this is...
It's comical.
It's comical.
DeQuell, did you see that clip I sent you with the linebacker? They pulled the guard and none of the linebackers fell back.
Yeah. Oh my God. I got it written down right here.
And I know that. I'm a safety, and I know that you're supposed to fall back.
These guys fundamentally they're not where they need to be because that play they're going to see that play from here on out because they over pursue.
Yeah,
they over pursue.
They didn't. So it's bad eyes, man.
Isn't it safe then? I mean, when you're the coach of all these guys, we're pointing out all these guys not fundamentally sound. They're not on the right page. They're in the wrong place. They're making the wrong reads. I know that it's hard to put all the blame on one person, but it has to go to the coach. I mean, if everybody's out there running around on 11 individual plays and nobody's reading the keys and doing the right stuff, at some point I have to bring the coach in and say, what the hell are we doing out there?
Yeah, no doubt. That's exactly who you have to point to because you have all this speed, all this talent, and the names on the back of the jerseys alone, we should not be talking this much about this defense and how poorly they've been playing. You know, you spend a lot of money on Denzel Ward. You know, you look at the first touchdown last week, it was in the boundary. He was the boundary corner, and he let the running back get outside of him. You know, it's just like little small detail things that obviously, you know, we give a lot of credit to like Bill Belichick. Coaching means a lot in this league, but also, you know, you have to go out and execute and perform as a player. But for whatever I have to believe they're going over all of these different things in meeting rooms throughout the week. It's just not. They're just not. It's not. The message isn't coming clear. And now you think about being in the locker room and understanding they're probably talking about all these different things. Who's the player that's holding these guys accountable at each level? And that's where it becomes an issue, and it starts to show its head on Sundays when they're playing.
Well, you know what I don't see, DeQuell? This is what I don't see. I see a bunch of young dudes out here running around here and no real veterans out here.
That's exactly what's happening.
Well, that's to G. Bush's point. That's roster construction.
No real veterans.
When you're in charge of putting the roster together, that's something that every GM has to take into account.
You have to have, and they might not be your star players,
right?
But they hold the glue together. But I'm gonna tell you need Sue in the line, you need a linebacker, and you need Odell Beckham Jr. in here. Just to level the ship here,
maker. because they could have had Jarvis Landry at a discounted price. They let him get away to the Saints. That's a move.
That was the biggest. I think right there, that was the biggest mistake we made right there. Because even though he plays offense, he would have walked down on that defense.
Veteran leadership.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hey, let's turn it. I feel like we're stuck in the soup of what's happened. Let's look forward. DeQuell, I want your X factor for both teams on both sides of the ball. You can start wherever you want, but who is the X factor that absolutely must be on point Sunday for their team to win?
I mean, clearly for the Chargers, it's the quarterback for me. The quarterback, obviously, you know, because he's playing with an injury. I think he fractured his ribs or something like that. Listen, he makes that ship go. He makes all those guys. You know, that's why they have the number one passing attack. So that's the obvious answer. I think for our offense, I mean, it's got to be, man, that's tough. I want to say offensively, but it's got to be Joe Woods. Joe Woods, he has to coach a better game. He has to get these guys playing together and playing with a purpose to even have a chance to compete with this air attack of Justin Herbert and this offense. And defensively, defensively or offensively for us, I think Jacoby Brissett, he's got to continue to be that leader that he is, that he's shown he could be for us. But you cannot put him in harm's way and ask him to put the ball in his hands when you need to go down and score a touchdown or a field goal, because we've seen it against the Jets and last week. You know, that's not his wheelhouse. That's not his strength. You can't put him in that position. So I think he could definitely be he will definitely be the X factor for us if he can make those layups down the field and hit the guys that are open, you know.
Tyvus, you had an interesting one.
Kevin Stefanski?
For the Browns on offense. Because normally you would say, well, Nick Chubb's got to be Nick Chubb. But if this game turns into a shootout, like it likely will, you've got the number one passing offense in Justin Herbert against a defense that got like 11 individuals just kind of, it's like the old vibrating football machine. You used to turn on the switch, and the guys
I used to love that game.
And they would buzz all over. You're like, wait, my guy's running to the locker room. Where's he going? That's what I feel like I'm watching sometimes with this defense. So I think, Tyvus, you might be right. The most important individual in the entire contest might be Stefanski and calling the right game plan.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta realize what you got. We've been harping on it. If running the ball is what's successful, then you got to stick with it. You can't turn this thing into a shootout. That's what they want. They're suited for a shootout. We're not. Yeah, we're not. So we have to clock manage this thing. If they can't stop the run game, we got to keep the ball out of Justin Herbert's hands. That's the only way we're going to really win this game.
No, I agree.
And I make a joke about it, right? This is ball control. You cannot keep the ball in Herbert's hands, right?
Listen.
So you know who we are, Tyvus? We Woody Hayes.
But what I'm saying, we sit here talking about the culture of the team and how we can't find leadership. The running back room is the only room that I know got attitude and dog in them. Like, that's what I'm going behind. I believe Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, he don't say nothing, but his actions on the field speaks for you. But Kareem Hunt seems like one of those guys that'll run through a wall. You need to utilize these two guys because that is your leadership right there. That's the culture of your team right there. You got to use them.
You know what's crazy, though? You know what's crazy? If you go look at Pro Football Focus, the Cleveland Browns are their 7th ranked offense in the game. 7th.
They score more
overall.
They score more per game than the Chargers.
They are rated higher than the Chargers with Pro Football Focus, which just shows you. It goes to show you how much they do got and the level that they can get to if they just tweak and figure out how you gonna run. It's Stefanski. It don't be all the plays. Stefanski got about 5 plays a game that leave everybody in the city like, what the?
That's the same thing on defense. It's like 5 plays on defense where it's like, what is going on?
You can't waste any snaps in today's NFL. And DeQuell, you touched on this too, but when you talk about the fact that this offense has really overachieved, it makes it even worse what's going on the defensive side. They were talking coming out of training camp about being the top-ranked defense in the NFL.
Generational.
What?
They're throwing the Buccaneers around.
And we did believe it, DeQuell, because we thought the pieces were there.
The thing is, I hate to say this, they still can do it. It's so much time left for them to still do it.
You know what, though? It reminds me of an orchestra that's got 11 of the best musicians that's ever played their instrument. And you put them in the orchestra pit, and you get a director out there, and he's never directed great musicians, and it's just like he's flailing his arms, and everybody's playing whatever they want to play. There's no organization, it feels like. Synchronicity.
Well, I'm gonna go down to y'all won't say y'all are good professionals. Y'all done played in the league.
Oh my goodness! No, don't say that because I call a spade a spade.
Jay is a patriarch of this whole industry. He's been doing it for thousands of years. His Rolodex crazy. I'm gonna say it. I'm a YouTuber. I don't do nothing else but this. I got 96 shows. I come from the dirt. If Joe Woods don't get it together, he got to go. I'm sorry. We danced and we tapped and we him in the horn about no. If he don't get it done with this amount of money and talent, I'm sorry. I've been calling him out since 2020. 2019, he got to go.
You may have a point.
I love brothers. I love the brothers, man. I'm sorry. I railed on people for not giving us a shot. But look, bro, I can't do it. You about to get me fired.
Well, here, I listen. You're funny. You're funny. But I will say this: you still need pieces. Right?
Yeah.
I'll make that assessment after you give me 3 pieces.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, he has some pieces. He's got Denzel Ward.
Listen.
I think he's missing the key piece, though.
Pieces.
What is it?
He can't play zone coverage.
Wait, DeQuell just said it. Go ahead.
We can't play zone coverage as a defense. You may have a point, G.
Yeah,
we may have a point.
It's sad.
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding.
Because the
sad.
defensive scheme, the zone scheme is so easy.
It's supposed to be easy in principle, in theory, but they're not making it look very easy.
But like I say, the one misplay, you can tie that into pass rush, or you can tie that into the fact
The one
that
misplay cost them the game.
no, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
That 40 yards.
Oh, yeah.
It happened on the last.
That
Yes,
was
it did.
It was over.
was not the game.
There was a field goal race at that point. It was over.
It was a wrap.
It was like 10 minutes left in the game.
No, it wasn't.
it
It
was
was
like-
late in the fourth
it was
quarter.
like-
Yeah.
Wait, you guys talking about the deep over route?
Yeah. Over route.
McNuggets.
What was that play, McNuggets? I know you got the number down. It was
I'll get to the number in a sec, but it was with less than 6 minutes to go.
Absolutely.
But
thought it was
This
10.
is what I see. Here's the problem. You got guys coaching from paper, right? At some point, I said this earlier in the week. What do your eyes tell you?
That's what you got to be
So
a
if your
football
eyes
player,
are telling you,
man.
if you're a student of this game, your eyes are saying, hey, I'm not a zone guy. I can't do that, right?
Right.
So no matter what you got on the paper, might look good on paper, it's not working out here. I got to go to
Yeah.
something else.
Practically, they haven't proven that they can play it for
70
60
snaps
minutes.
a man, I'm telling you.
And when was that play?
The play started with 3:03 left in the fourth
Yeah,
quarter.
that's what I
it's
thought.
done.
That's what I thought.
Really?
And you give up in a tie game, right?
That's it.
It was a
Yeah.
42-yard pass to the Cleveland 49-yard line. They only got 13 yards after that, which set up the
It was death.
game-winning
Right.
field
It was
goal.
over.
Hey, we got to get the headlines real
Well,
quick. And DeQuell sent us a headline.
Oh, he did. Awesome.
DeQuell, you are officially in the running for our Monday award. Now, before you take this, Steve,
They gave
DeQuell
him-
sent a headline. I made the subhead, so it's a tag team effort.
Oh,
Oh no! That's
DQ.
disqualifying.
DQ.
He's gonna have to get
DQ.
He's gonna have to get the
DQ.
citizenship award on that one.
Yep, DQ.
Don't citizenship award. No honor roll, merit roll.
Because I tried to do that, and you text me and said I need a sub head. So DQ, that's a DQ. You could have easily
He's
sent
showing
him a
favor-
message
Yeah, I don't-
right back and said he need a sub.
He's
head.
showing favoritism.
I don't know anything about that, fellas.
See?
That's
DeQuell's
all
my
we
boy.
know.
Listen.
Quill, tell him to stop hating on you.
All right, what's the headline?
Let's take
Let's
the
show
first
it.
headline.
Let's show it.
You could read it, DeQuell.
L.A. Chargers.
Oh,
pass the
LA
ball.
Chargers passed the Browns. Browns zapped by electric passing attack.
Ooh.
That's a good one, though. I like that.
Okay, now
I think I won't be alone on this one.
Hey,
I like that.
Well,
I'm gonna start calling
Come
DeQuell.
on, man.
I'm gonna call DeQuell Drake. That's a nice opening. See, but you didn't write all them bars though.
What about the?
No, I got. Hey, Drake doesn't write all his bars.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
He's so big. He's got.
He's still a star, right?
Ghost Rider.
Wow.
Can we go back to that headline? What's with McNuggets' dating
I like
life
that.
exposed?
I was
earlier
looking
this
at
week?
that
I
too.
have
like
nothing to
that.
do with those. I didn't see that.
McNuggets
McNuggets' dating life exposed earlier this week. Anthony
Whoa,
out of jokes
please do
already.
explain.
Wait, explain on the dating life.
See.
I don't.
Yeah,
I guess
explain.
when Bull asked about my date on Monday, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it was exposed. It's been exposed more than this week. So
Yeah, listen, man.
Is there a second
Okay,
date
I
set
guess
up
we
with
have to
your
talk
date
more
from
about
earlier
that
this week?
offline.
we're working on it.
Working
I'm
on
seeing
it.
schedules can align.
That ain't
All right.
good.
Hey,
That
McNuggets,
ain't
are you
good.
growing? Do you have a shadow right now, or am I?
No, I got.
screen
Listen,
foggy.
I just got lazy. I didn't feel like shaving this week. I'll probably shave tonight.
Okay, I didn't know you
Girl
could grow
told me
facial
to look
Lying. He
like
hasn't
a
shaved since May.
Girl told me to look like a girl
True
told
story,
me to look
and then
like
we'll
a
let the quote
youngster.
go and get to the rest
She
of the
want-
headlines.
she
But
want girl- dudes with
before
hair,
I took
facial
this
hair.
job, I let my beard grow for 3 months because I had to shave every day for TV. I had a real beard. It actually came in pretty nice. I'll show y'all pictures. It came
Oh
out
my
pretty nice.
God.
Wow. All right.
So the girl from earlier this week said she liked dudes with facial hair.
Nah, I literally was lazy. I was gonna shave yesterday. I was gonna get dinner with Steve, but Steve was too tired, so I was like, I don't gotta shave then. So
You still look
Yeah, you know it
12,
was the girl.
even
It
with
was
the
the
beard.
girl.
It was
It was
definitely
the
the girl.
It was the
I know,
girl.
you better tell that to somebody that believe that.
He think you're talking to some rookies.
Yeah. This isn't a first rodeo, McNuggets. Hey, DeQuell, enjoy the game. We'll see you next week, man.
All right, fellas, take
My
care.
boy, he's out.
Raise
Come on,
a
hold on.
glass. Raise a glass.
There he is.
To
My
the
man.
Guardians, brother.
My
To the
man.
Guardians.
I'll be there to catch a game.
Awesome.
Don't worry about what's in my cup.
I thought I smelled something.
It's 5 o'clock
All
somewhere.
right, fellas. Take
All right,
care.
DeQuell. I like that headline.
I like that.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna beat that.
But I
one.
don't think he should be in the running because the subhead
Makes
was
it
done by McNuggets. So
EBQ.
Listen. I'm having you turn your work into writing site. You know what I'm saying? I need you to turnitin.com.
Turnitin.com.
would you guys be okay if we if production came up with a weekly headline? If we were thrown into the equation here?
I don't care.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, then we'll start making our own production headline. I want help. No more help with the Quell.
right.
We'll read Bowles today, though, because Bowles, despite the fact he's on vacation,
Yes.
he sent in a headline. He was the first one to send in a headline. And let's take this. Chubb eats Chargers for lunch, 169 yards, 3 TDs, leads to upset.
I don't even know who he is anymore.
Ooh, Chubb?
No, Bull.
Oh.
All of a sudden, he's like Mr. Positivity.
Right.
Well, hey, Jay, real quick. We had
He upset.
7 people on our bets. 4 people picked the Browns this week.
Poor people are crazy.
He is upset. I picked the Browns.
I got him.
Nuts.
Everyone who's not here
That's
today picked
sad.
the Browns. I mean, picked the Browns.
Nuts.
That's sad.
Did you put money on that pick?
I got him.
Throw 1,000 on it right now. Yeah, you ain't that sure.
Dude, listen, I only like to bet on stuff that I can control. It's going to be my money. I'm going to control what's going to happen.
Well, let's hope that never happened in your career.
Except for fantasy football.
I bet you go out and cut your own lawn there. Go right ahead.
All right, who's next, Brad?
No, Tyvis is next. And before you take this, we asked for him early this week, and we know some things can change, but here's the advantage of getting them in early. Anthony has more time to do some cool stuff. Let's see Tyvis's.
okay.
What? Oh, okay.
Oh, damn. Passing defense stops the charge.
Do you want to read it, Tyvis?
Oh, passing defense stops the charge. I got my boy late John Johnson III. Interception at the end of the game seals the W.
Hold on, bro. You just been killing the DR show. Now they stop the charge.
I got
Come on, bro.
I'm a defensive back by heart.
Jay.
I'm a defensive back
Jay,
by heart.
I'm looking at
That
him
is
like-
the strength of this defense.
You getting the Brad side eye right now.
No, I'm just saying, look, that right there, that's some bull.
Jay.
That's some BS right there.
I wish you had that meme on tag board.
It literally is a meme now. Brad with the glasses, with the look. That's some BS right there.
Listen, it's going to come down to it at the end of the game. What's going to happen is the Browns are going to go up late. They're going to leave Justin Herbert with the ball at the end of the game. He's going to try to drive downfield. He's going to force something. J3 being the experience.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, there it is. That's
BS right there.
That is so
man,
trademark Brad Sellers look.
That is the greatest meme.
That is, I am not picking up what you're putting down. That's so good,
Talking
Brad.
about.
Oh, my God. J3 going to seal the deal, man.
Killed the D
Listen,
all day.
listen.
Now the D gonna make the play.
Listen. All I know
That's true.
is when it happens, just give me my trophy.
We'll give you your props.
Yeah, give me my props on Monday.
Yeah,
I'm going
we'll
to tune
give you
in.
your props.
If John Johnson gets a pick in the 4th, Tyvis wins. There's no
Oh, it's a done deal. Well, if the Browns win.
Anthony, the
Browns have to
the
win.
graphic was fire, Anthony. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it was well done. Did Jason do a headline?
Jason did not, but Brad's up next.
All right, let's go.
Now this
Let's
some
check this
some
out.
BS right here.
It might be. Recharged in the fourth quarter. Total effort, team effort fuels the victory. Only way the
Go
Browns
immediately to the Brad meme.
only way the Browns win.
Even Brad thinks that's some BS right there.
Only way the Browns win is that everybody on the same page. That's it.
I like you.
That's it.
You
I
don't
like
believe
this.
that?
I like the cell phone. I like the charger.
I only like this. This is what I believe.
Now, that's some
No one side of this. One side of this organization gonna carry this team forward. The offense lets you down some weeks. The defense lets you down one week, right?
Has the offense let us down in the week?
I saw two
Not
interceptions.
really.
I saw two interceptions when I was going for game time drives here. That let me down.
Yeah, but yeah, no, you're right.
I guess,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Now, if we're going to kill Baker Mayfield for throwing picks in the fourth quarter
Facts.
when games could have been won,
He's 1-2
So
on the year right
my
now.
thing is this: have we seen a total team effort yet?
No.
no, we
collectively.
haven't. Steelers was pretty
somewhere
close.
it's got to
Well,
hit.
I'm going to tell you why your stuff ain't going to work.
Oh my God.
Our special teams is atrocious.
Oh,
and
that's
I don't
terrible.
see it's changing. So if we
Who
count
is this
that,
dude coaching?
Mike Prefer.
Prefer's, like,
he's supposed to be that
highly
guy.
thought of. He
He's
is
supposed to be that guy.
Again,
Guys, oh my gosh.
put up the meme.
But we've had
Put up the meme. For real?
No, wait a minute, though, Tyvis. He killed you for slamming the defense the whole game and then picking the Browns. And what does he do?
Man,
Slamming the team all day. I ain't seen it. We need some pieces.
Here.
We need to go get Odell and some pieces.
Yeah, and then he's got
his
But
thing.
the one thing you'll never get from me, I ain't gonna never jump the ship. I'm always.
I
with 'em.
didn't jump. I'm not jumping the
I'll
ship
jump
either.
the ship.
Listen,
I ain't never in a rowboat.
There's a
I'm with
difference.
you.
I'm gonna hold people accountable, but I'm never gonna jump the ship.
but there's a difference between
Yeah.
wanting them to win and thinking they're going to win. I want them to win every
Well,
game.
I want to prove me.
But I picked them I picked them all 4 weeks. That train's
there's
ending.
80,000, 70,000 down there like me. We go there every Sunday like, we know we're going to get it done today.
Wait a minute.
We're going to go get it done today.
Wait a
Wait,
minute.
Brad, do you go to every game?
No, I watch it on TV.
I was gonna say, I would hate to sit behind Brad. And
I have a rule. I will not be cold. Now, give me a roof, then I'll go down.
Oh, wait.
I will not be
Let
cold.
me throw an intermission in right quick. It's 12:08. The Guardians then started.
Yeah.
They did just start.
Yeah.
Come on, guards.
Let's go.
I
Go,
gotta
baby.
Let's go.
G. Bush got to get up out here. Make sure before I get to my game-winning headlines, let's go ahead and get that tag board ready for that post-game show. Hey, and we got a big one. The Guardians post-game. We got Chris Rose, formerly of the MLB Network. He's with the NFL Network, but we know his wheelhouse is Major League Baseball. I don't know how the hell they put him with me, but that is going to be lit. Matter of fact, shout out to Chris Rose. Earl is going to be in the building as well. We're going to hold this thing down. Bull, I don't know why you chose this week to dip up out of here.
Well, bar mitzvah.
In our hearts, you will be on the live. But make sure y'all check that out. Don't go ahead and hit that notification bell, Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, and it'll just pop up and we'll be ready to go.
I'm looking forward because I've seen y'all work.
Yep.
So
we've been
Bull
working.
won't be there on Sunday either.
No, Bull's not on our show this Sunday either.
Oh, Bull, that's because every time. Well, maybe it won't come down to the final seconds because
Yeah, without Bull, we'll get an easy game to.
Who's taking the spot?
Well, TBD.
Dang, bro.
Little secret.
All right, let's get to the G headline.
Hold
I
on.
work the
Oh,
post
you out of here.
First hitter of the game for the Rays hit a hard ground ball to second.
And hard like that.
We got it was a shot.
Oh, I thought home run.
what
I
happened?
thought, I'm about to say,
And what
you
happened?
made me think he hit it out the park. I was going to be
And
like,
what
that's
happened?
not
It was
good.
a shot, and we got the nice
G-Bush,
play,
we got your headline next.
and we recorded the out.
Okay.
Roll,
All right,
G.
let's take G-Bush's headline here. We got to finish up Monday headlines.
This is it right here. This is it right here.
I like it, though.
This is it. Lightning
The
strikes.
sad thing is I like
That's
it.
dope. Lightning strikes twice in an instant classic.
Just like last year's.
Yep, just like last year. So I tied in a little bit from last year. Bolts charge from behind for second year in a row. See that bolts charge, from behind. That's we talk about electrical particles. And I give you lightning strikes twice.
You a better
So that
rapper?
Fire.
You got that?
Slow it down. You
I
just
just
dissed
dissed
you.
Did you got that from Kansas City School?
The pride of Kansas City Schools. Yes, it is. That's your boy. Hey, that right there. Hey, shout out to the graphics, but that's well done. You see what you want to do when you're with your headline. See, I like y'all stuff, but you got to tie it in a little better. You got to accentuate.
I thought
with
I
the
did a
shoes.
good job.
Everybody's headline is a winning headline.
I mean,
Except yours, Jay, whatever it's about to be, because both of y'all lost, because y'all ain't going. The
No,
Browns
hey,
is
Jays
win.
is good too.
Jays is good. Listen, it's a two horse race right now.
So what happens if
Oh,
the
no, yeah,
Browns?
you got the
so
Chargers
if the Browns win, y'all like
A
out.
2-horse
Yeah,
race?
we're out.
So if the Chargers win, then it's only two of y'all going
It's
against
called
each other.
consolation prize.
Yeah.
So here's what I've, as a
Come
Cleveland
on.
sports fan,
Yes.
here's what I've done. And I decided I was going to do this after the 95 World Series.
This is sad.
I'm sick and damn tired of losing big games. I did all through the 80s in the AFC Championship game, right? I was at all 6 games in the World Series in 95.
Oh.
I was at all 7 in 97.
Okay.
I was at all 7 in 16. I've been to every World Series game played in my
and
lifetime.
you're going against them.
And you know what? I walk out of that stadium every
Mad
single
as hell.
time thinking like I just got run over by a truck.
Yeah.
So here's what I decided to do. I'm going to throw money on my team to lose.
So if they,
So I've got a consolation prize. So when we get gut punched, I'm like,
smart.
that's all right.
this is so.
I got that bag. I got that bag. So I figure,
wait a minute, ain't the odds better when it's for them to win? Because they.
I don't care. I don't care what the odds are. I bet when it's the big game, if the Browns ever get to the
This
Super Bowl,
right here, this
I'm
is
betting 6 figures on them to lose.
This is the definition
crazy.
of prepare for the worst,
my
prepare
man.
for
That's
the
it.
best.
You're
That's
right.
exactly. That's the problem.
And you know what? I just get sick and tired of losing.
Nah,
If
I
I'm going to lose, I better get
Hold
that
on.
check.
We got to get through some more
I
stuff
need
today.
that.
Jay, we
I
gotta do
need
your
that
headlines.
meme
Come on.
again, because that right there.
That's some bull.
Yes, right there.
Hey, At least I've got a consolation prize to lean on.
Make me laugh
Let's
every
take Jay's
time.
headline real
All right,
quick.
here's my
JD
headline.
go a little
Here it
different
is.
route than you guys.
You guys are digging that headline.
Justin.
That's
I like
nice
that.
play on words.
That's nice.
Herbert picks apart Brown's defense.
I like that. I like the graphic and everything.
And the reason I didn't
That's nice.
hyphenate Justin because just in time makes it sound like
Yeah.
he comes back to win it late. It's just in time.
Yeah,
It's just in time.
See,
I hype that. You can
I
put
know
that on me
yeah.
for a little
Hey, that's-
editorial decision.
I like that. That's a
that
bar.
one is fire. I can't lie.
That's nice.
You rapping now? That's what you doing?
I hope
I
the
write
Bra-
bars, baby.
I hope the Browns
Pick
win,
my-
so y'all
pick
just
my game up
disqualify.
here.
Because both of y'all's are really good. I just
Okay,
hope
I like that.
I just hope the Browns win, so y'all can
Nasty
So
strikeout
they
by
can't
Bieber.
win.
Look at
His-
here. Look.
I'm telling you, I'm just glancing, but his stuff is Cy Young Shane Bieber
Yeah,
stuff.
this is the time for it to be.
Filthy.
need
This
that.
is it. He's been fired since the All-Star
I
break.
need that. I gotta sprint home. I'm ready to go.
Make a point of talking about him changing speeds and locating his pitches, and his breaking ball was. And tomorrow it's going to be the same thing with Tristan McKenzie. His out pitch is his breaking ball,
my boy.
but it all is set up off that electric
I
fastball.
just hope he don't get cold in the cold.
Yeah, that's right. It is cold out
It's
there.
cold
too.
out there.
It's chilly.
It is not. It's October baseball weather for Cleveland.
Let's go.
McNuggets.
All right, we got to do what the internet says. If Polk walks in during this, please tell him just to sit down because we're on his schedule now and he's got to get in here.
Okay.
All right, but whenever we ask the internet a question, it's brought to us by our good friends at PCC Airfoils. Looking for a job with career advancement and great benefits? PCC Airfoils is a leading manufacturer in Northeast Ohio. All locations of PCC Airfoils in Eastlake, Mentor, Wickliffe, and Minerva are hiring for all positions starting at $18 and up, plus full benefit packages, paid time off, and a signing bonus. You can take a day off to go watch the Guardians if they're playing at 12:07 again if you work at PCC. Apply online at precast.com/careers to learn more.
We love you and we miss you, Bull.
Bull will be back Tuesday, I believe. He's back on
Rock'em
Tuesday.
sock'em bull.
He got the 9-inch reach.
T-Rex arms.
Bull's definitely got to get inside of me as a boxer.
So we asked
You ain't
the
got to worry
internet
about
this
Bull
week,
walking up on you.
as we do on every Friday, for a score prediction. If you get it right, we'll send you a T-shirt. And for the first time since we started doing this, it was a pretty even split between Browns and Chargers. The first 4
Did
weeks.
anybody
were
get it
all
right
unanimous.
Anybody win last week?
No one got it right last
Come
week.
on,
We only
be
had
the
one
first
person
one.
get it direct right so far. Everyone picked the Browns last week. Literally everybody picked the Browns. So let's go through the answers here. I think we got 6. Jeffrey Sharp, 35-17
Ooh.
Chargers.
Yeah, I can see
Next.
Ooh.
Browns 27, Bolts 20. Bolts soundly chunted. That's Polk. Polk, if you can hear me, get on set now. You're coming up next.
Yep, he's taking
Next
his
one.
seat. Oh, look at the suit, bro.
What? Jay Gibson, 31-27 Chargers. Next one.
Man.
Browns win 24-23.
Ooh,
We got
close
2 more,
one.
Anthony. 31-20 Chargers. I had zero pleasure in typing this. And last but not least, Browns 31, Chargers 27. Defense gets a pick 6. They must have been reading Tyvis's version of the UCSS Times. If you're just joining us, though, earlier we talked about the Draymond Green punch. Steve, we could drop tag board here. We talked about the Draymond Green punch and how that may inspire the Browns to show some leadership on defense. Very good. Jackson was with us. We had headlines. As Polk's getting mic'd up, we're about to play a Guess That Guardian quote game. And as always, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Twitter, on Instagram, give us a follow. And most importantly, when we go live after each game with our post-game shows for Guardians and Browns games, it is electric. You do not want to miss that. Mr. Polk, how you doing, sir?
Hey, I'm great. I'm ready to play some. Hey, go Guardians! Welcome to me, everyone.
I love the suit, bro. I love
Thank
it.
you. I'm excited. Well, I'm a game show host, so I want to do it right.
I'm a game show.
What's going on in this ball game? What do you got going on over there?
Top first went well. 3 up, 3 down. Guardians are batting now. Bottom of the first. Stephen Kwan at the dish.
You don't have to go through the bats, but isn't it so? Isn't it
just
so much
grounded out.
better?
Grounded out.
Isn't this so much better though than actually watching the game? Watching us tell you
Watch
about the
the
game
game.
while we go on.
Yeah.
You know, you don't miss much in baseball anyway.
No.
So-
We got you covered.
Guys, great show so far. I've been listening while drinking in the car. And
Are you lit right now?
I work here. I'm
Alleged-
parked here for
allegedly.
good. I'm parked here for good. So don't. So what we're going to be doing in honor of the Guardians is we're going to be playing Name That Quote by the Guardian or Indian, which I'm allowed to say because we're using it in a historical context, and I am not a villain. Okay. So these are we're going to be playing it the same way that we did last week. It's called Wait, Who Said That? And we're going to be playing the same way we did last week. You guys are a team, and you guys are a team.
Oh, great. Okay.
I'm going to give you the quote from a Guardian, or an Indian, and you're just going to tell me who said that quote. 1 point for each correct answer. The other team gets a steal. If the first team doesn't get it, does everyone understand?
Yes.
Does everyone know what's on the line?
No.
Oh, let me show you guys. Okay, here's what we're doing this time. The winning team gets a cameo picture, and I don't give these out very often.
Cameo picture.
Gets a picture with none other than Joe Boo. Okay? Which might be culturally inappropriate at this point, but it doesn't matter. It's part of Major League history, and you guys can get your picture with this. This is made by a very dear friend of mine.
And then tweet it out on the UCSS
you can tweet it out
account
on the page. So the winning team gets to, the losing team has to look sad while the winning team holds it. That's the prize.
I like that.
Okay,
That's a
so we're
great
gonna keep him
prize.
right here. Remember that's what's on the prize. Do you not know what this is? This is from Major League. Do you really not? Oh my gosh, guys. It's from the movie Major
Oh, of course,
League.
everybody knows. What, you didn't know what that
He
was?
didn't know.
Steve.
Our executive producer. Okay, I guess I could have him represented better than that.
Yeah,
but
he's slipping. He's slipping.
He is. It's
and prop
okay.
him up with the belt.
I made a bad choice. Okay, there we go.
Boom. He's just creeping over the top. I like that.
Okay, guys.
He looks like Jim Leland trying to hide while he's smoking in the dugout.
Now I know that you guys. I picked like relatively. I won't say easy, but I picked things that you guys would know. There aren't any Jason Grimsley quotes in here or anything like that. So you should get these. Who would like to go first? Does anybody like to volunteer? There are a couple of easy ones in here. I didn't pick where they are. So
We're going to start with them.
you want these gentlemen to go
Why
first?
you want to start with us?
Well, we're the champs. We won last time, so
Okay,
we get
Kenny
to,
Lofton,
and we
off the
defer to the
top.
second half.
There you go.
Kenny
Kenny
Lofton.
Lofton.
Listen to the phrasing and the setups that might help. Which current Guardian or former Indian slugger said this? It's tough to strike out. Believe me. It's tough to strike out. Believe me, I hate striking out. It's no fun. It's embarrassing. But there really isn't anything I can do. It's just part of my game. Who would have said that? Which former Indian or current Guardian would have said something like that?
Look, they just got the answer.
Yeah, I think they do. Well, you got this.
Oh, God, yeah.
This is an unfair advantage.
I know it is. At first I thought this was
wanna
bull.
go
I thought I'd
man?
have like one. You
Yeah.
can take that down,
Me
guys.
either.
I thought we'd have like one guy, one baseball nut on this side, one baseball on the other side, but they should still be. If you watch any Indians baseball over the years, I think these are still pretty gettable. So do you have an answer?
We said Manny Ramirez.
That's a good guess. That is incorrect.
So he's not currently on the roster.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, you're not.
It could be a current Guardian.
He
it could
said
be a
current
kinda
or
hard.
former.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've had some guys that have
The
swung
keys
and
is
missed.
always a key in all of these quotes themselves or in my setup. Just remember that. So again, the quote is, "It's tough to strike out. Believe me, I hate striking out. It's no fun. It's embarrassing. But there really isn't anything I can do. It's just part of my game."
I should have said that.
What
We have 12 questions, so we gotta make sure we.
All right,
let's move.
you want to go with that?
Yeah, go ahead.
There could be another one.
Yeah.
That,
It doesn't matter.
but you might be right though.
If I'm right, that's a hell of a pick.
Just pick
I
one.
say one out loud.
Russell Branyan.
That is incorrect. It is Jim Thome.
Oh,
Jim
okay.
Thome struck out all the time. I thought that was pretty. Okay, never mind.
My other one was Fran Mil Reyes.
We was gonna say
There's
for
a
India.
30 second timer for each answer
Okay,
now.
who's
30 second timer.
Team B, who said this at age 66?
Don't be looking at the sheet, bro.
Who said this at age 66
I'm
when
not
asked
cheating.
about how hard he could throw? Who said this at age 66?
Bob Feller.
I can still
Yep.
throw in the 70s and I can throw in the 80s. I can throw in the 80s if I don't want to comb my hair for a week. You're right. You're right. Let's go. That's Bob Feller.
yeah,
Correct.
that's
Take it
right.
down.
Yeah.
1 point. 1 point for Team B. Very
We
good.
gonna get
Would you have known that?
washed. No.
Okay.
You're about to get boat
All right,
raced.
Team A.
It's over
You are.
with.
That's about to get a solid boat racing, but it's all in good fun.
You come here next time with some Ohio
I
State
didn't say-
questions and stuff like that.
Really, any basic Cleveland sports fan should know these quotes. Okay, here we go, guys.
He need to stop saying that.
Who said this? In baseball, I don't fraternize with players when it's time to hit. I'm preparing for the game. It's the most important time of the day. And I know if I don't hit, I won't have a job in the big leagues. That's why I tend to get very upset when people try to talk to me. Which former Indian, I'm just going to tell you right now, it's a former Indian. Which former Indian would have said
Frankie
that?
Lindor.
The quotes are in.
He already said it. That's already in.
Is this your answer, Frankie Lindor? Frankie Lindor? No, wrong.
That's Albert Bell.
That is Albert Bell. It is. It is.
Y'all get some moves. I didn't even have to talk to him. We
Okay.
just looked at each other.
I know.
Okay, next one. Oh, no, this is good. Because this is a hard one. Okay, what Hall of Fame shortstop said this when asked his opinion about the best way to pitch to Ted Williams? Yeah, you can pitch him low, but as soon as you throw the ball, run and hide behind second base. Who would have said that?
The timer is running.
Talking about pitching to Ted Williams.
Yeah.
But this is a shortstop. What? Hall of Famer. Hall of Fame Indian shortstop who said that during the Ted Williams
There's
era.
only one.
Go ahead.
It's got to be. He was a. It's got to be. Boudreaux.
It is Boudreaux. Lou Boudreaux. Very good.
I had nothing
2
on that.
seconds in the clock
Okay.
left.
I like to make it close. I like to make it interesting.
I had nothing on that. I had no. I had no stage.
We ain't got nothing coming for
It's
you.
coming. It's coming.
We ain't got nothing
This is your best chance.
Here,
to
I
get
got you
one.
guys. What current outfielder said this? I think my job is just to be the most annoying at-bat in the lineup. Just to be a pest. Find any way on because I've got the best player in baseball behind me. Who would have said that?
That's gotta be Quan.
Somebody hit the
I believe
ball.
I heard.
Hit the
No,
ball.
that-
Quan,
he said it.
correct.
He
No
said it
cheating from the
counts.
EP.
They're getting all the benefits of the doubt.
They was like Myles Straw.
I wasn't gonna say Myles Straw actually.
The mayor said it first.
You got it.
Before
No.
our producer cheated.
He got it. 3-1.
Okay.
Hit him
Good
with
job.
We
By the
got-
way,
listen,
top
we got us one. We on the board.
Top second, no score. No score. Top second, no score. You're
Pitcher's
missing-
duel underway at Progressive.
You're
Field.
missing nothing. Keep watching this trivia game about baseball instead of watching your team in the playoffs.
Here we go. Far more entertaining, I promise.
Okay, here we go. This 7-time All-Star pitcher had too many good quotes to pick just one, so here are 2. 7-time All-Star, also a Hall of Famer. First one. Baseball was made for kids and grown-ups only. Screw it up.
Make G. Bush
Second
answer.
one. I never took the game home with me. I always left it at some bar.
Give us a
Hall
bone
of
and make
Fame.
G. Bush answer it.
Hall of Fame pitcher for the Indians.
The clock is running.
How many Hall of Fame pitchers they got?
Well, it had to be someone in the 40s, 50s.
Ah, shoot.
10 seconds.
So let's go with early win.
It's Lemon, actually.
Bob Lemon.
Good question.
Okay.
Good guess though.
Now,
Okay.
I knew it wasn't Bob Feller.
No.
Here we go, guys.
We already used him.
It's actually
Yeah.
closer than it should be.
Kenny Lofton.
I didn't even give you guys a chance, but this time you guys have this. Okay. Which former player said this in his, listen to the setup. Which former player said this in his 1949 autobiography?
Oh, my God.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, my God.
Pass.
Listen to the name of it. It is called his 1949 autobiography, This Is the Truth. That's what it was called. Now here's the quote. I have read now and then that I am one of the most tragic figures in baseball. This is a former Indian. Well, maybe that's the way some people look at it, but I don't quite see it that way myself. Who would have been the most tragic player?
49, I wasn't even born.
They're never going to get
guess?
it.
Okay, well,
Yeah, it's Herb score.
it's actually Shoeless Joe Jackson.
Damn it!
Yes!
Shoeless Joe.
Wait.
Yes!
He was on the Indians, yes.
He was on the Indians?
Wait a
Yes,
minute,
he
what's
was.
the
He started
count?
on the Indians.
What's
Yep,
the, what's the 3-1?
All right, again,
Listen, the Cavs came back 3-1, baby. Let's do it.
3-1.
There's now 4 games left.
Your
Or
question.
3 games left.
Team B. Who said this? It was 11 weeks between the time Jackie Robinson and I came into the majors.
Come on,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
easy.
I'll let you
11
guys-
weeks.
Easy.
Come on, whatever
Yeah.
whatever
Come on,
happened to
man.
him.
Why can't
Larry
we go
Doby 4-1.
Larry Doby is
There we go.
correct.
Oh,
That's
we
G.
can't do
Bush.
it like
I'm about to say, you could have gave us something like that.
That was my Euro step.
They're in an order, or I would have given you that easier.
Well, why you didn't give him the first question?
Because he asked for it. You think it's okay? Here we go, guys.
We should have flipped the coin.
Boat race is complete.
Yeah, it's over with now. We ain't got a chance.
Okay, you guys might get this one. Who said this?
We suck.
I'm gonna give you.
They didn't hit
I'm
the
gonna
dagger on
give you a tip too. This is a former Indian player and manager who said this. Same guy.
Got it.
It
Got
was
it.
nuts. Somebody threw an empty gallon jug of Thunderbird wine at me. I must have had 50 pounds of hot dogs thrown at me when I was on the field.
Frank Robinson.
Is that your guess? Or do you agree with that?
Brad,
Former
let me give
player.
Let me give Brad a hint. Brad, you have brought up this dude's name on the show before.
You brought up this guy's name on the show before. Former manager
Where's Bull?
and player.
Where's Bull when you need him?
Brad, go back to early shows.
Hey, 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 hey,
I'm
hey.
helping my boys out here. They have you.
You're writing
They're
subheads for
Manager
the
of our
12.
era.
Hargrove.
Mike Hargrove.
His initials are M8, and he was also known as the human rain delay.
You're up 4-2. He's the mayor. They
What
don't know
difference
baseball.
does it make? We lost anyway.
Right.
This
Are
game
you
is
right?
tearing us apart.
Give us
What's
a
the score?
biscuit.
4-2.
I only said Frank
No, wait,
Robinson.
what's the score of the real
I only
game?
said Frank Robinson.
No
They
score.
said
Still no
Thunderbird.
score.
No score.
Okay, still no score, everyone. You're not missing anything.
Hey, G.
It's actually a commercial break.
I
Don't
said
change.
Frank Robinson because it said Thunderbird.
Yeah.
You only have to get that in the
Right.
I got it.
Yeah, I got it. I drank it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go, guys. We're almost
Put that
there.
in a bag.
Right.
Round in the corner.
Where's Bull when you need him?
This is to you guys, yeah.
Do we really want to get our picture taken with the?
Why we couldn't
Oh,
phone
here
the
it is. Did we
friend?
skip ahead? No, we didn't. That's it.
No,
Okay.
you're good. You're on question
If
10.
he comes to apologize, I will punch him in the face, right in the face, and then I'll kill him.
Okay, now was there any other
love
context
that.
clues, or is it just?
Yeah, I was trying to find it.
Yeah, I'm like, that's
That's a
Oh,
little
yeah.
random.
Draymond Green.
That is not our final answer.
Who offered this memorable quote when asked about a former teammate? This is an Indian talking about a former teammate who was also an Indian. The quote again. If he comes to apologize, I will punch him right in the face and then I'll kill him. Seems like overkill, no pun intended there.
Yeah.
You could just kill him.
We're going to the bottom of the second.
He must have owed him
Bieber
some
looks
money.
Electric.
Any idea?
I don't know this.
I don't know. I have no clue.
You might kick yourselves when you hear it, but I don't know. You will, Jay. Any guesses?
I'm trying to think who's that vicious.
10 seconds.
I'm going to give you a hint. He was a relief pitcher for or actually a closer for
5
the Indians.
seconds.
I got it.
It's too late.
Oh yeah, Jose Mesa.
Okay, well it is Jose Mesa.
See what? But we.
I can't control this nursery. Okay, so no points awarded. Actually, I'm going to give that point because they jumped in when it was
Wait,
their
I
turn.
thought that was our question.
that was our
Now,
question.
you already passed.
No,
It's now
you hit pass.
4-3.
You definitely
It's
said
tightening
That
pass.
was our
up.
question.
But
Okay,
you
here we
said
go.
pass.
You're still gonna-
Pass. Who the hell said pass?
Nobody's getting this
I
one,
heard
but it's
pass.
great.
I swear I heard pass. Maybe
would be
McNuggets
pass
said
that.
it. I don't know. I heard pass.
All right, guys, it's tightening up. We're getting
It's
close.
5-2.
Here we go, guys.
It's 4-3.
What five? This is to you, gentlemen.
Cheating.
Tom is a bad loser.
This one's not coming.
He said it ain't coming.
What five-time All-Star and one-time American League MVP offered this bawdy quip? Party like a rock star, hammer like a porn star, rake like an all-star.
That's an all-star quote, I tell you that.
What did that get question again?
What five-time All-Star and one-time American League MVP offered this bawdy quip? And I'll give you, here's one more hint for both teams. He did play for the Indians in, like, I think the early 2000s.
He also did a lot of steroids.
Oh, yeah, steroids, too. Mentioned
Oh,
steroids.
I got it.
Hey, that's
Okay,
easy.
it's to you, gentlemen.
That's easy.
Steroids
10
played
seconds.
for them?
We got.
Anybody?
Do you want a hint? Another
No,
hint?
he won the MVP in 2000, not with the Indians. He was washed probably by the time we got him, pretty much by the time we got him.
It wasn't your boy out of Oakland. He didn't come here.
And 5, 4, 3, 2.
Go ahead, G. Bush.
Nope, go ahead.
Is this Manny Ramirez?
It's not. This is Jason Giambi. Jason
Oh,
Giambi.
I remember.
Well, listen,
Giambi
I don't
Jefferson.
remember Giambi being an MVP. That's why I wasn't going to. That's why
I
I thought
didn't
they
either.
both used a lot of steroids. I don't
Like,
remember him being an MVP.
I don't remember.
though.
him
Okay,
being
guys.
here.
I
Last
didn't remember.
Yeah, he was here.
This one's for none of the
Well,
marks.
I remember him being here, which is
He had-
weird that I remember that.
When was he here?
He was like 40. when
Yeah,
was
he
here.
was. He was super great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember one of his other quotes that I liked was he said that he was on the DL when the season started, and he said, that's good because the opener's past my bedtime. So you got a good sense of humor.
He did. I liked him.
Okay.
He had fire too.
This is your last one. This is pretty much just for the glory of it all, guys.
Two pointer.
Who
Make
said
it a
this?
2-pointer.
I might throw a bonus in. Who said this? I bought this amazing grill for $4,000 and I used it once, but I never had the time to use it because I am always on the road. I would love to sell it and you will get an autographed ball signed by me. Enjoy it.
Corey Kluber.
Which former Indian?
Is there any other context clues? As to
He posted this on eBay.
J.C. Kidd.
He is a multimillionaire who is trying to sell his grill on eBay, and it's very typical of this person's personality.
He got to be cheap. He got to be cheap as hell.
that could be MR,
It could.
because he was just nutty enough to do something like that.
What could it? You think that sounds like a picture, though?
Nah, man,
10 seconds.
putting nothing on there.
Got a 10-second call from Nuggets there.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like it could be a pitcher too.
Guys,
I
just
thought
a
it was
reminder
a
that this
picture.
couldn't possibly matter less.
Okay.
Yes.
Cliff Lee.
You say Bruce Lee?
Cliff Lee.
Oh, Cliff Lee. It's actually. Oh, go ahead.
If you get this right, it's a 2-pointer.
He'll never get
Changing
this.
the
could get
rules as the game's going on.
Can I get a hint like when the round?
This dude, can I get a hint like his
I'll give
first
you a hint.
name?
His name's been said already today.
His name might have been uttered already.
Like last question.
Oh, damn.
Did they
Nuggets.
I forgot who they
You
said.
still can't get it.
We should get
A
2 for that.
goofball Indian
Jay, you were right,
who
but
might
just
put
so
a
you know,
grill
you were
on
right.
eBay despite being
Who they say?
extremely rich.
Who did
Give
they
me that shot clock, Nuggets.
Oh, that
Just
is,
end
Say-
it.
go ahead.
This is killing me.
It's actually Manny Ramirez. It is Manny Ramirez.
oh, they just said it.
I just.
Manny being Manny. You guys win. I got a couple. I just want to share
I'm
these.
mad.
I want to tell you one quick Manny Ramirez
right
story.
ahead.
I'm mad 'cause I should've said it.
This is great. When the famous O.J. Simpson slow speed chase was going on, Manny Ramirez walked into the clubhouse and the whole team was gathered around a television and they were watching it. And Manny says, "What the hell's going on?" And they're like, "O.J.'s on the run." And Manny said, "What did Chad O.J. do?" Can't make it up. Chad O.J. was a Indians
Yeah, he
pitcher at
was.
the time. He was
Yeah,
a
he
treasure.
was. Yeah.
What did Chad
A couple
O.J.
of bonus
do?
quotes that I know you guys wouldn't have gotten, but I just liked them. One of them was from Coco Crisp. It was after he missed a ball in the outfield, and he said,
Coco
"I did my
Crisp.
job.
Crisp.
The ball didn't do its job." It's a great Coco Crisp quote.
That is
Coco
great.
Crisp.
And this is an actual sweet one. This is Matt Williams. Loved Matt Williams back in the day. There are only 2 seasons, winter and baseball. I like that quote a lot. That looks like it should be on like some dad's, like a sticker on
Was
some
they
dad's
was
car.
they getting these right?
There
in
he
the-
is.
in the-
Oh, there you go,
Was
guys.
they getting these right in the comment section?
Okay, now here, was the comment section? Do they have a clue? They're watching. Anyone
No
who's-
one's. We have our lowest viewers in a long time right now.
Well, get
Now
this
they
shot.
care about the Guardians.
Get this shot.
Fair weather fans.
Get the Deshaun
Get
Watson
this shot, you
quotes
guys.
going.
There it is. Yep,
Look at
winners.
this. This is terrible.
There. We'll get a screenshot of that.
Yeah, we will.
Hey, we out here moving. That's 2 in a
Getting that
row.
loot.
Y'all got to split. Y'all, it's dirty now. Right now, they were doing y'all dirty on the trivia,
Yeah.
dog.
Well,
Well, I'm not here on Friday.
and they lost their baseball savant. That was my fault.
Every dog has his day. It's
Yeah.
coming around our way. You're not going to know none of this stuff when they swing it my way.
Shorty
Speaking of that,
swing
Brad.
my way.
Hey, once they go to that 1980s Ohio State basketball stadium, we are done.
Done. Michael Jordan behind the scenes trivia. He about to dominate.
All my next questions are going to be all about like city planning and the Chicago Bulls in the 1990s.
There you go. Great.
Just,
Speaking
that,
of-
just for
Win.
you.
Right
Winning.
up Brad's alley.
Winning.
Speaking of right up Brad's alley, at Media Day, Brad somehow pulled former Cavs coach Mike Fratello over us and said, "Hey, we're doing the 60-second segment. You have 60 seconds for us?" As you're about to see, it was not 60
That's
seconds.
false advertising, Brad.
I ain't gonna
Second
have-
package.
That's some BS right there.
The Czar.
I'm a person.
Czar the Telestrator
But that's a dope name.
is one of the greatest nicknames ever.
Brad Sellers here with us from the Cleveland Sports Show here with Coach Mike Fratello here, fame, NBA fame with the not only Atlanta Hawks but the Cleveland Cavaliers for such a long time and a well-respected voice in the NBA. Coach, how excited are you to see the Cavaliers this year?
I'm anxious to see what style of play we see from the Cavaliers this year. There's no question they have tremendous depth. They can play big, they can play small. He'll be able to juggle lineups depending on what his opposition is doing out on the floor. But remember, they started something a year ago that nobody was willing to do, and that's play big all across the front line. And now I'm wondering how much that'll change this year with the deal that was done, the number of players involved, Donovan Mitchell coming in. This could be a very, very exciting year for the city of Cleveland.
So, Coach, you talk about the addition of Donovan Mitchell, and I know that one of the things that the Cavs were looking for was some stability in the front court. People had been in a playoff experience. How do you think his addition to this club is going to benefit the young players like Darius Garland and Mobley?
You name me the past 5 years, 6 years, who the champions have been, and I would have to say that each of those teams have had a guy who can explode on a given night and get you 50 points. Well, Donovan Mitchell has done it at least 2 times, I know, maybe 3 in the playoffs already in his career where he's gone for 50 or more points. There aren't many guys in the league that can get you 50 on a given night. He can do that. Not like you're going to see that every night, but on a given night, he can do that. So when you have that type of an explosive player in big games, when you need somebody to step up, take and make a big shot, he's not afraid of that moment, and he will take that challenge.
So, Coach, the last question I'll tell you, I'll go back to the late 80s, early 90s, the way you had staggered the Hawks with so much depth. Let's talk about depth on this team. And not only do we have a good starting five, but we got guys that come off the bench that gives you the reaction to be able to move forward as the season goes along and the playoffs and be able to sustain during the injuries, even built like this.
It's great to have depth. They've done an incredible job in building this roster. But let's keep this in mind. The key to the whole thing is the willingness of the individual to play the role that he needs to play to make this team successful. So if you're a starter all your career and you come to this team that's deep and talented and they ask you, we need you to come off the bench for us and play this role, and you're not going to get 38 minutes a game, you're not going to get 40 minutes a game, you may get 22 minutes a game, but those 22 minutes can help us win a game a lot of nights during the course of the season. So you have to hope that everybody buys in together. You know the old thing about let's all pull on the same end of the rope. We can accomplish a whole lot more doing it that way than splitting up and trying to pull on each end of the rope. You don't quite get as much accomplished.
Well, guys, you heard it first. Czar, Coach Mike Fratello, Cleveland Cavaliers looking forward to the 22-23 season. Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Well done, Brad. Very well done.
Oh, listen. Hey, I learned from the best. I watched you. I watched how you guys conduct things. It was on the fly, but I appreciate Coach Fratello joining in with us and giving us insight. If you can't tell, I think the entire community is excited about the Cavaliers' upcoming season. And if you caught the preseason game the other day, it's looking very promising here, right? Very promising. I think they're still searching, but the nucleus is there, and I just think it's a great time to be in Cleveland for sports.
Mm-hmm. He talked about the unselfishness, and that's going to be the key.
Yeah.
The guy's going to be able to come to the arena every night and say, I'm okay with 22 minutes, and I'm okay with a role. Do you think that these guys have the makeup to do that?
Myles Garrett will play Sunday. Breaking news.
Oh,
Myles
wonderful.
Garrett will play Sunday.
Okay, good.
According to Mary Kay Cabot.
I don't think that's a surprise. I think it'll be a surprise if they announce Clowney's going to play.
Well, do you think?
I think he's further away.
Do y'all think now that Cleveland is competitive or have good rosters that it's a race between teams to get the championship first?
I think there's an internal competitiveness.
Mm-hmm.
The Browns would love to be the one to do it. The Cavs are holding the ring from 6 years ago, but they're holding the ring. But I think, especially between the Browns and the Indians, because the Cavs have won it within the last 6 years. So, I think they look at that. I do.
I think if you ask me who would benefit from the most, it would be the Guardians. I think if the Guardians won, it would prove that they can do it a way different from other people. And it would be that validation. So then you couldn't say, it makes everybody say, look, you can't just say, you know what, we don't want to go because they cheap, or we don't want to go because now they're validated. Mm-hmm. They won doing it their way. So it would be the biggest boost. I think the Cavs' biggest reason or whatever why they want to win a ring is because sometimes people just strip the 2016 thing away because it's LeBron.
Yeah.
They want to win desperately with the pieces they got and not be attached to LeBron forever. And then the Browns, I think it would be the biggest story if they won. If they won, the Browns would. I mean,
they taking all work for the whole week.
Oh, listen, you can't. They would have parades all around the world.
That part.
I've never seen it would be the party of all parties. But yet it is a little internal. I think they really go at each other, and I think there is a race to see who can do it because to a lot of them, it's their first ring, even to the Cavs, right? So it's a lot of them to see what way can we get there first. But they all do it a different way. Yeah. But all three teams, to Brad's point, it's a great time to be alive in Cleveland.
Well, your competition brings competition. I think they're all competing for the same market, the same buyer.
Same dollars.
Same dollar out here, trying to split that up, make sure it comes my way more than so their way. And then there's some internal competition. I want my organization to be the best thought of organization in town. So that puts pressure on when the Browns make a move, then everybody has to respond to that.
Oh, and we've seen that.
And we've seen it respond.
The Guardians re-sign Jose, and shortly after, the Browns go out and make the deal to get Deshaun Watson, or the Watson. Yeah, I think Ramirez signed first, and then Watson, and then the Cavs make the
Donovan Mitchell.
Ultimately, we're the winners.
Right.
We get a better product from all three because they know they're fighting for our dollars. Whatever piece of that entertainment dollar that we have that's disposable that we're going to spend, Are we gonna spend it on a Guardians World Series ticket? Are we gonna spend it on season ticket package for the Cavs or whatever?
Well, that's why you see enhancements to stadiums and things like that, because it's about the fan experience. The Cavaliers have probably done the best with the fan experience. They've converted Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse into Quicken Loans Arena to Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, and the experience while you're there, from the food stations, from the side things that go on besides the game. It's an entertainment package to everyone that goes in there. It's an experience. And
it's more intimate, too. I've always thought that basketball has that distinct advantage over baseball and football because of the intimacy. Number one, you're always in a controlled climate. So automatically, if you're a Browns fan, you said, I don't do cold.
I don't do cold.
Well, for the fans that don't do cold, that takes April, for the most part, out of the mix at Progressive. And even today, temperature was in the 40s when I was driving in, and I saw a lot of folks that were walking to the game. They had coats. Not jackets and sweatshirts.
Hoodies
coats.
and big hats.
Yeah. But the Cavs have that inherent advantage. You're going to be comfortable in our space for 2.5 hours.
Right.
And also just the intimacy of the arena. You're much closer to the worst seat there is better than 70% of the seats at Progressive and at First Energy to the action.
When we was down on the field, it's just different. I was telling Jay this when we threw out that first, he threw out the first pitch. I said, "Yo, it's different down here on that level. You don't really notice it. If you played baseball before, there's nothing like the ambiance of stepping on a baseball field when it's done right. You like, man, this is nostalgic. I was over here emotional. I'm like, man, this is crazy. I'm like, dog, I should be out here more. I should be at more of these. And I'll give you this. Playoff baseball, y'all gonna get a chance to see it up close and personal. Playoff baseball is something to watch because it's the crowd. Every pitch count. You hear people cheer after every pitch. If the umpire squeeze somebody and they think it's a strike, they booing immediately. Every run, every base runner matter, and I think they do a good job on television of really framing just how intense it is.
They do.
Every single.
If you watch a regular season game, you don't hear the play-by-play guy ask the color guy, "What do you think he gets here?"
Right.
But in playoff baseball, every at-bat is a chess match. And so they're talking about tomorrow in particular. When you watch, you'll see Tristan McKenzie's setup pitches his electric fastball. He's so tall that his release point is so high, it gets on guys so quick. Then you'll hear the play-by-play and the color guy talk about he's going to set up his curveball, which is his out pitch, with his fastball. That is mano-a-mano chess match. That in the regular season, they don't spend a lot of time dissecting each matchup like that. But in the playoffs, usually all of these games, every single pitch in the games is a hinge pitch. What's a hinge pitch? The score and who is in the lead hinges on that pitch. So far in this game, there's been over 50 pitches from the combined starters. Every pitch has been a hinge pitch. If the guy hits a home run, the lead changes. So I just think it's, for my money, and I know I'm a huge baseball fan, but it is absolutely electric. And enjoy the next at least 2 days, and hopefully we get much more than that. McNuggets?
We got the game on back here, just so y'all know. It's flying through. McClellan and Bieber both look great. And we're going to play this video that I made for you guys. We'll do final takes. We'll get out of here so we go watch the Guardians game.
Okay, good.
The crowd looks electric. We've done 60 seconds. With no further ado, Steve, take the package.
Oh, no.
Look at that wrist.
That's the pro set. Another pro. This was the one he nailed this one.
He got that one.
Got that
one. This one is a little, Look at that wrist. He had it like this.
Yeah, he wanted to go in.
Okay.
What it tells me is they all respect you as a professional, Mikey. And they don't look at you as one of the brothers.
Hey,
Although, there you go.
Now this one.
We need to get him a Lopez hair wig, McNuggets.
Hey, man,
Oh, you're all over the map. You're up on his wrist, bro.
he all on. He had his pinky all on your forearm.
That's like the Zapruder film. Breaking it down for the
was
grassy
tough.
knoll.
It was tough. There were some good handshakes in there. There were some rough ones. The Robin Lopez one, I got taken back 7 grades in the DAP school. I thought I graduated with cum laude graduate honors, and
Yeah.
I'm
So-
back to an associate's degree.
So McNuggets,
That's funny. That's funny.
are you going to go to the Cavs game to get sound? Like, are you gonna be doing?
Post-game sound?
Yeah, I think you have to. You're boys now.
Like you know
Yeah.
all these guys. Are you gonna be able to get the sound from like big games and
We'll
do press
see.
conferences?
I'll be at the preseason game Monday.
There you go.
there
Are you
you
taking
go.
the camera?
My buddy's the coach of the Sixers, so he got me tickets.
Oh, so you're not working it.
No, I'm going just to enjoy the game.
This guy.
Yeah, because at some point it looks like it's going to turn into like Mikey going in for post-game
Yeah.
sound,
Yeah.
and his guys seeing him, be like, "That's my dude right there."
Like, come on,
Hey,
Mikey.
I'm not against it. It'd be some great. I don't even have to ask a question. I just want to dap after every guy.
Hey, we should be
He'd be
able
the
to.
Browns or the Cavs DAP coordinator.
Maybe, maybe Yak can get you in on. I don't know, bro. I don't know. They might.
I think the Cavs will credential us, though.
Oh, absolutely.
I think they would credential us.
They 100% will credential us.
All right, let's do some final takes, guys.
Cavs get us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get us, Cleveland.
Maybe not
Cavaliers.
Robin Lopez after that handshake. He may be the only one that we were on the same wavelength.
He's probably
for,
still
but
talking about that in a locker room right now.
His hand was so big. I mean, like you dap up dudes who are Brad's 7 feet tall. Brad.
Yeah.
It's easy to dap up Brad because I know Brad now, but at first it is intimidating because his hand's like 4 times the size of mine.
Yeah. You got to know the
You gotta
game.
look at it.
So I
You got to know
promise.
the game.
Hey man, hey, you listen. I promise we're not gonna say nothing after your final takes. We just gonna be quiet. We're gonna do it.
Let's
We're
go
gonna do
around
this like the
horn.
sport
Wait,
reporters.
Stephen Kwan.
Oh, there we go. There we go. That's the chance we need.
Yep.
So
We got one on.
it was a double play ball, and Quan advanced to second on the. I guess that's
Bad
going to be
throw.
an error on Choi. I thought he could have dug it out. We'll see whether the error is on the throw or
Packed house, by the
Choi
way.
at first base.
Good.
And it's on ESPN.
Oh,
Yeah, Choi.
Yeah, because they were on
it go either way. It go either way.
SROs
But
yesterday.
we
Yeah,
got 2 outs, runner on second. It's Rosario batting second.
I would most likely give that error to Choi. I think he could have dug that.
I think he
but
could
they're-
have picked it out too.
Yeah, they're showing the second baseman though, so maybe they're going to give him the air. Either way, runner on second.
Runner on second, 2 outs.
With 2 outs,
First
this is the
scoring
first
opportunity
real
of the
scoring
game.
opportunity of the ball game. Yeah.
And I will interrupt the final take if they score. But Brad,
All right.
start us off here.
Very good.
All right, so here's my final take. I appreciate the fine gentlemen from Canton and Sandusky yielding their time to me yesterday.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to yield back today with just a quick thing. The one thing I will just tell you, that video we showed at the beginning to all young people out there, young college people, young high school people, the Draymond Green video, what was done was inexcusable. It is not the way you carry yourself as a professional, a college person, or a high school player. And it's definitely not what you do as a teammate, because ultimately these are friends that you have to go to battle with at some point in time.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
I yield back.
All right. By the way, the inning's over. Ground ball to first.
Hate to see it.
So we're going top 4. It's been, as expected, a pitcher's duel.
That was on me.
Yes.
What you got?
I recently realized that I went through my midlife crisis. I got my first gray hair in my mustache, and I'm a little concerned. I don't know what to do about it. You know, it's I don't know if I pluck it, because if they say if you pluck it, like it comes back.
2 of them go back.
Yeah. So, but then I'm thinking like, you know, maybe I just rock the Morgan Freeman look. You know, like, get you some salt and pepper.
How old are you?
I'm 28 years old.
That's too young for a
Oh, my
midlife
God.
crisis.
I'm just saying, it's a midlife crisis, man. I think it's because it didn't happen until after I had my second daughter. You know, when you have girls, you tend to get stressed out a tad bit more. So, yeah, y'all pray for me. I think I'm going to get a Sharpie marker and go ahead and just handle that. Get some Beijing or something like that.
How many daughters you got?
2.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, but that's it. I don't know. I'm just in a crisis. Do I pluck it or do I just
Nah,
rock it?
roll with it.
Okay.
Go with it, bro.
All right.
Roll with it.
Segment is sponsored by Just For Me.
Just for men.
Yeah, man. Go catch that at your local Walgreens, CVS, or Rite Aid. Yeah, this, my final take is, look, man, you talked about it a little bit, man. I'm super excited that the Guardians are in the playoffs. Playoffs mean a lot more, man. I woke up this morning, and I don't know. I was charged up. I was ready to go, and it's because it's hard in every sport to make it to the playoffs. And it's nothing to be like something to be poo-pooed or laughed at or made trivial. There's only a certain amount of teams that get into the playoffs. And I've always said it, and a lot of people said it, if you in the playoffs, that means you are eligible to win the grand prize. You get in the tournament, and you figure it out from there. I think the Guardians played. And by the way, everyone says that who would have chose the Guardians to win 92 games? This guy did. Rewind the tape, 92 on the dot. Nostradamus G. Bush, a.k.a. G. Baby, the People's Champ. We did it, man. 92 wins. Let's see if the Guardians can get 3 more, get to that second round.
As long as we got Nostradamus on the set, how far do they go?
You got to pay for that, Miss Cleo. 1-800 G. Bush. Go ahead and wait.
1-800 pay G. Bush.
For a small fee.
Super Chats is available, by the way, man. Super Chats is available. Stop
We
playing
made
with us.
$3.98 today.
Super Chats is available.
banging.
Who sent that? We get the name?
We actually have no idea who sent it. We just noticed it popped up as we were cutting
hey,
Coke
when
stuff.
That'll pay for 2 chicken wings today, right?
When you guys, let me show you how this works. When you guys send a Super Chat, send a note with it. So that means we can acknowledge you. We can say thank you for sending the Super Chat, and we can also read it to all the other peers and people. So that's what you're paying for. You're paying for an opportunity to come interject and be a part of the show. So make it worth it.
All right, I'm going to be really quick because you said a lot of what I was going to say.
Bring it
I
home.
woke up this morning and I just felt different. There was something, there's that nervous anticipation of something big's going to happen today. I get that on Sundays when the Browns play every year, 16, 17 times a year. There's that feeling where you wake up and you kind of almost feel like it's Christmas. 1 o'clock needs to hurry up and get here. I woke up today feeling exactly the same way. In fact, I love baseball so much. Last night when I went to bed, what was on my mind?
Baseball.
The Guardians in the playoff game. It's going to be a low-scoring game. Can they build a run to pull out the win? I feel this team is perfectly suited to be that team. To win the 1-0s, the 2-1s, manufacture a run, get them on, get them over, get them in. I'll end by saying I trust Tito Francona more than any coach during my lifetime that has coached in Cleveland. Any coach. Go get it, Tito. Go get it. We're lucky to have him. One day when he's in the Baseball Hall of Fame, he will be discussed as one of the greatest to ever do it.
Absolutely.
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 Not just for what he did in Boston. He ended the long drought in Boston. He had the payroll to do it in Boston. Yeah. What he's done here
is
over
miracle.
the last 10 years
It's a miracle.
with the
Definitely a
lowest
miracle.
payroll in baseball or one of the lowest payrolls in baseball,
Crazy.
It's never appreciated in the moment. But one day when they write his book, they're going to say, we don't know how he did it. He did it with teams that were rising from the minor leagues, the youngest team in baseball this year. And here they are. And it's scoreless.
Sorry, so the Super Chat came from Forceman47, and he did ask a question.
Okay.
I don't know if you have time for it, Mike, but his question was,
How'd you see that, though, Steve? We can't see that over here.
I got it on the chat. It says, I asked if Woods should use MJ and Delpit to double Williams and put Denzel on the second receiver. That's what he wants to know.
Wait, say that Woods should do what?
Should Woods use MJ and Delpit to double Williams and put Denzel on the second receiver?
Oh, that ain't bad.
That's not a bad.
That ain't bad.
We'll defer to our resident defensive
I mean,
back.
that's not a bad idea at all. I mean, you definitely want to keep eyes. If Keenan Allen is out, I definitely think that that's what you should do. But yeah, that's not a bad plan. They just have to game plan it to make sure that Dale Pitt and Martin is on the same page with that. But that would be suggesting that they're running man. If that's the case, you're running 2-man, and 2-man would be actually perfect because it allows the DBs to play underneath everything, knowing that if they go over the top, you got safety helps. And I think with what you have at the DB position, all of them have shown that they're good enough to play man-to-man. If they can't handle zone, that's the best way to get it. So any routes that they run underneath, the DBs is undercutting it. Hey, if they go over the top, your safety should be there to help. So, yeah, that's not a bad idea at all.
Shout out to Forceman47.
Shout out to that's how it's done. See?
Forceman 47?
Yeah, it's so easy.
Apparently
we can all
he knows
do
the
it.
game, too.
Right? That's a good contact. If you want to send a super chat, you can do so, and we will read your comments on air.
How about that? All right, we're out of time. We're in the midst of a 70-hour. Man, Bieber's just filthy.
He just got, they're walking off the field right now.
They are. He just struck out the last hitter in the 4th inning.
3 up,
4th
3 down.
strikeout already.
Yeah, 4th strikeout, and no one has reached base through 4 innings for the Rays.
No, it is.
That's about all I'm going to say on that.
All right.
70-hour break. Come on, Guardians. Pull out 2 wins in the next 3 days. And Browns, I picked you
picked
to
against,
lose
yeah, I was saying
specifically, so I'll have a consolation prize if I'm wrong.
I like that.
Don't prove me wrong.
I like that consolation prize thinking. I'm on it from
But
now on.
it's a loser's mentality.
It
but
is.
I embrace it.
cannot believe y'all. You got to ride or die with this thing. You got to ride.
Oh, no, I'm rooting for them. I just got a little money on the side if they don't pull it out.
Hedging his bet.
All right, don't forget the post-game show. It's a 2-minute warning on Sunday. They've been absolutely fantastic, must-see TV. All 4 of our first games were decided while this show was on the air. Let's make it 5 in a row. Enjoy your weekend. Go Guardians, go Browns. That's the DAP of the worst DAP of the year. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you on Monday, guys.